your as I was looking at one of your posts earlier, I didn't know that you came from fucking Africa, bro. A real life Elon fucking Musk,
Dude,
dude.
a
What?
real life Elon Musk, bro, in the flesh, in the Crumpers page, bro.
Oh my
Why?
god.
You don't got to go to Twitter, bro. Hit my DMs, dude. Hit me up, bro. I got you.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So
a
dude,
lot of people
nah.
don't know.
Bro, welcome to the show. It's the smoking section.
The
You guys,
smoking section,
everybody,
baby.
listen, we are here with Tomb, aka Buck Merlin, my man
Man,
Tyler. Dude, this is
tap
about to
in.
be
Oh my
super
God, bro.
fucking nuts. My guy, thank you again for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
My man, the fucking African. Let's fucking go, my
I know,
boy.
dude. Yeah, people don't expect it, man. I'm like a couple generations South African, you know.
Okay.
I mean, if you ask like a lot of the people that are close to me, if they've ever heard me speak to my like, so if I was to talk to you normally, all my words would switch. So I talk to my parents like this. Uh, if you're from England or somewhere else, all of my words are different. So normally I just hide this. I got made fun of a ton when I was younger. So I started talking like this because it's easier for people to understand me. So yeah, if like a lot of my friends have heard me speak to my parents or whatever, and they're like, bro, it's like Tyler just flips, you know what I mean? And if you don't know that about me and I start doing it, then it's or if I get super drunk, bro, I'm out at the club. Bro, that's not in college, bro. That's how my friends used to know to take me home.
Oh,
They'd be
it's like,
like,
oh, he's
they'd be
being
like,
Tom
bro,
Hardy right now.
yeah, bro, for real. They're like, bro, Tyler's in his accent, bro. He's got to go because he's gonna do some bad shit right now.
Bro,
It's
you
like,
just put a whole Tom Holland on me, dude. Like,
man,
what
dude,
the fuck?
yeah. Oh yeah, Tom, yeah, right, yeah, same thing.
Oh my
So,
god, dude, that's nuts. So what age were you when you moved from there?
I was 8 when I moved from South Africa, and then
Okay.
we moved to Toronto, Canada. My dad got a job. It took us like 7 years to get out of South Africa.
Okay.
So my dad got a job with Adidas Canada. We went there.
Mm.
My dad was promoted. That's why we moved to Portland because headquarters for North America for Adidas are in Portland.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, you know, save. I mean, absolutely incredibly difficult. We left all of our family behind. Tons of our family didn't think it was a good idea. A whole bunch of shit, right? Um, so yeah, I mean, I think I have a lot of my like wild ambition as a I have to thank my parents for that because I watched them make fucking insane choices their entire life. I mean, making money, being successful, and then losing. I mean, like damn near losing everything, restarting again with 2 kids, with moving from a different continent.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? That's
Yeah, man.
insane to me, bro. And
And
they just like did it. And my parents just celebrated their 40th winning anniversary 5 days ago.
ooh, congratulations to them, man.
So like clap it up for the fucking rents, dude. I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
amazing, bro. Like you don't
Oh
even see that
man.
shit anymore. My dad got my mom roses. I went to the florist. She's like, "Oh, it's your parents' wedding anniversary." I'm like, "Yeah, they're celebrating 40 years." She's like my age. She goes, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Damn, what the hell?" She was like, "Dude, I haven't heard somebody say that in a really long time."
That's a long
I was like,
time, man.
"You're telling me, bro?
Yeah,
Fucking
that's a
40
long
years."
time, dude. Like 20 years, I think is like usually like damn, that's a fucking long like 20
Yeah,
years. Like that's
20 years is
two
a long time,
decades.
bro. Yeah,
Um
yeah. So they're celebrating fucking 40 years. So
dude,
it's fucking
and you were saying that it took y'all 7 years to get out of South Africa. Like was there like holdups or something?
yeah. I mean, to get like I'm like you can't just move to another country. You know what I mean? Like you have to get visas and all this other stuff, which is incredibly difficult. At that time, South Africa was going through the ringer, So that was, I mean, incredibly difficult to travel, incredibly difficult to move somewhere without some type of job. The only reason we were able to get out is because Adidas backed that for my dad. So that allowed us to get into Canada. Once we were in Canada, then we tried to go to America, but we only stayed in Canada for 2.5 years. So Canadian citizenship only takes 3 years. They did not grant us early citizenship. So we were trying to move into America as South Africans. And that was an
Ooh.
absolute shit show.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, but I mean, all props to them. They stuck at it, you know, worked their
And
asses off. My parents have a pretty crazy story as well. So
and then ended up in Portland, right?
yep.
And then Portland, that's where you discovered dance.
Yeah. So I played sports. I've been like, I think a lot of my gifts, like I was kind of born with. You know, I think there's a lot of things that could be trained and learned, but luckily I was born with a lot of them. I've been captain on just about every single sports team I've ever been a part of, right? I've been
Okay.
super successful in sports. I've been successful in a lot of like extracurricular activities. I was never successful in school because I never did homework, but I'd ace every test. That's all some
Mm-hmm.
all other bullshit, right? But that leads me to the point where I was crushing it in school, or I was crushing it like test wise, terrible with homework. So I had the smarts to do it. I just didn't have the gumption. And then I started playing golf in high school. Uh, that was like what I thought I was pretty much like born to do, was play golf. And then um, I could have gone to college to play golf after I graduated high school, but my grades weren't good enough. So all my friends went to college, left me behind, right? And they're all going as a pack. Like all five of my high school friends fucking gone. They're all at college together. I'm at home alone. It's community college. You know, I'm going to community college. I'm trying to get my grades up.
Yeah,
And
just trying to get there, trying to get to that point.
yeah, you know, trying to go
Mm-hmm.
to college, and fucking I just wanted to play golf. So uh yeah, long story short, took my year, did that, right? Went to go play golf at Cal State, Stanislaus, which is like a D2 school, but we were a top 5 D2 school for golf. So like I still got to play in NCAA championships and do all that stuff.
Okay.
But I had like seen Robert Moraine and Philip Shabib dancing on So You Think You Can Dance, bro, when I was like 16 years old. And I used to come home from golf practice, bro, and I would be like dead ass in my golf fit, bro, looking at myself in the mirror in my bedroom, trying to like figuring out like how to wave. And that shit must have just looked like awful, bro. Trash. I thought I was the next Jabberwocky, bro. I was absolute garbage. My friends are at college, right? So I'm at home alone. So I'm hanging out with like some people that still lived at home. We're going to this hookah bar, you know, because we're 19, and there's like some dubstep song playing, and my friends are like, "Yo, bro, fucking dance to this song." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna crush this shit." The guy working at that hookah bar calls his friend. He's like, "Yo, there's this guy dancing. You need to come down here and battle him." Right? And this is like before I even knew this is real life, bro. I danced in by myself, bro. Not at all. And so she comes, but her big homie is Snub from Portland. So she brings Snub.
Wow.
So they get there and they're like, "Yo, show us what you got." I'm like, "Bro, this is step up in real life, bro. I say less." Right? I start getting down, whatever. Snub's like, "Yo, I krump." At that time, I had seen krump a bit, but I was like, "Bro, I think that's just whack." To be honest, I was like, "I'm not gonna lie." And then Snub, bro, that moment right there when Snub danced for the first time, like in front of me, and I saw that shit. I'm not gonna. I mean, he got the fuck off. I looked at the expression, the release, the freedom. It was like everything that I had been trained in golf not to be, because you have to be super composed, super together. It has to be consistent, super important. And everything that I'd always felt my entire life, which was where I had this big personality, super exciting. You know, like I can talk to anyone forever. I can sell salt to a snail, but like
Mm.
I can't fucking do my homework, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting left behind. And I'm just always having to reel myself in, wondering why don't I fit? And then I see Crump, and I was like, "Oh my god, bro, I can just go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up."
Yep. Like it was
Snub
made for
become
you.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Snub becomes my first big homie, teaches me over that summer, but then I got to go to college. You know what I mean? And I'm like
Mm-hmm.
really focused on golf. So I go to college. As I'm coming back for the summers, I would dance a bit with the guys, you know, but like
Mm-hmm.
at that point, we didn't have access to amazing information.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have classes like that. We didn't have
Mm-hmm.
people coming out to the Northwest being like, "Yo, this is, you know what I mean, so and so, and they're going to teach you proper fundamentals." So I spent probably the first 5 years learning improper information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which no one's fault at all. I mean, like everyone's trying to, you know what I mean? Like I've got amazing OGs in my city. Like, I mean, you guys, I mean, I've got Snub, I've got Lil Mad Hatta, I've got Deadly Option Damo, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Shout out Domo.
you know, shout out Damo, bro. I mean, shout out fucking all NWO, bro. I mean, you know, in Seattle, you've got Kyrie, bro. You got The Voice. Uh, you know, you've got Hardpoint, bro. You've got like all these OG Mowgli, bro. Mav, fucking Vicious, everyone, bro. I mean, I got Shady. I mean, well, Shady and I pretty much came at the same time, right? But as far as like OGs, you know, there's a lot of guys who came before me, and I mean, we're really getting off, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but there was just a lack of information. So I did that, and then when I came back to dance, I was like, damn, bro, like I feel like I'm really tight, and people were like, no, like
Mm-hmm.
you're not,
Like, yeah,
and
nah, you ain't getting it, kid.
yeah, like you're not, bro. So, uh, yeah, I don't know if you want a section from anything from that from the beginning. I don't know if we want to go into dance
Well,
journey.
dude, it's like to 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 think that like when I came in like roughly around like 2015,
Yeah,
2016, and it was like dude, you and Shady were like two of the big names I was always hearing from fucking up there, dude. Like Portland, like y'all was screaming that shit, bro.
dude,
Like,
we were, bro. Me and Shady used to go to every event. We would go to events together so many times, bro. That if we showed up and the other person wasn't there, they'd be like, "Yo, like where's Shady at?"
yeah,
And then like Shady
like
would
where's
tell
your
me, he'd be like,
man's?
"Yeah," he'd be like, "Bro, where's your man at?" I'd be like, "Bro, he's got a life. I don't know what to tell you." Like, you know what I mean? I'm here by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And like same thing for him. It was hella funny, bro. But like, I mean, we were really popping off right then. At that point, you know, we were getting a lot of traction. Uh, I was under Spartan. I mean, that was my dream fucking come true.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, sadly that was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, everything that I had dreamed of, getting booked for events like that, I I never thought I'd actually be there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, some of the greatest times of my life. I mean, I don't look back on that. Yeah, I mean, could I have started a business when I was 20 and like been retired now? Like, I don't know, like probably. But then I also
Yeah.
wouldn't have had all of that stuff. Like it's like you pick and choose what experiences you fill your life with. And I'm really, really, really thankful because I still do it every single day, bro. I crump every single day, bro.
Yeah.
I dance every day,
Yeah,
you
even if
know.
it's for 5 seconds, dude, I gotta get something in. I
I
gotta
got
get it
it,
in.
bro. And I'm getting a full lab in at least 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So before I work out, I'm getting a full hour. I'm getting at least an hour in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just for me, bro, not for I mean, not for any event, not for anything, just for my soul, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't give it up for the world, but
Dude, and
very
dude, and when I think too, like when you were talking about like Robert Moraine versus Philip Shabib, bro, like we were literally talking about that last night at the lab. I was like, because we were at Philip's house,
yeah, yeah.
and I was like looking around. I was like, yo, this place is fucking sick. I was like, I was like, guys, I hate to tell him he's one of the reasons I started dancing. Like him
Dude,
and Robert Moraine.
bro, I wanted to like message the guy. I wanted to message them and be like, bro, like, I just want you to know everything is because of you.
Dude, I'm saying like I did it with Robert. I did do that with Robert Moraine.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had made a post one day and it was like kind of sad and I was like, hold up, let me hit this man up. And so I literally hit him up and then he responded back and we chatted for a second. But Philip Shabib, I got kind of more into like later on, like once he started doing I Am Me, the I Am Me cruise that he
Yeah,
had for
yeah, yeah,
ABDC.
yeah.
That I kind of started following him a little more closely around that time. And then to think, bro, like coming up during an era where that type of shit was going on, and then now where it's at, like you were saying, bro, like the process of information has grown like so much, bro. Like I remember watching YouTube videos, or you had to be in front of the fucking TV 7 p.m. Monday evening, or you're not seeing Robert Moraine
You're not,
versus fucking
bro.
Philip
You're not
Shabib.
seeing it, bro. You're
You're
not,
missing it,
bro.
bro. You're missing
You're
it, or you're
missing it.
missing all this other shit, all these
Yeah.
other like, bro. What was there like? Showtime at the Apollo was a big thing that got me to start dancing because they would always bring like dance acts on, like you know what I mean. And I really owe a lot to that fucking show, dude. I owe a lot to that thing.
Damn, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, bro. Like, and I try to tell people like it's different when there's a sense of urgency because you might miss it. Like this information, this presentation of these abilities and all this stuff. If you're not there, bro, like I'm saying, in front of the TV, or if you're not at that session, or if you're not with those guys with that information, you're just missing it. And
Yep.
you know, I was a YouTube head. I just learned off of YouTube. And like you're saying, bro, when I met people who knew really how to krump, it was like, I don't know how to do this at all. Like I actually don't know how to do
Dude.
this. I need to actually relearn because all this other information is
Bro.
wrong.
Eh, mind-boggling. Mind-boggling to just see it all. Carpet pulled. God, where's the floor at? Just
Yeah,
just
dude.
falling through the
Yeah.
bottom, bro. Yeah.
Send you upside down, man.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, I had come back from college, tried to go pro in golf. It was insanely difficult, right? I was also super immature. I had a lot of problem with my ego. Uh, I think I had watched my friends perform better than me in a scholastic sense for a long time. Thought that was, you know, where my worth was related, like where my worth was related. And so tried to do all of this extra, like tried to make it like I had to be the best in the world. And it was like, bro, you didn't have to be the best in the world. You don't have to be the best in the world in anything. You just have to be good. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like not perfect, bro, just good. And being good is relatively like is pretty accomplishable, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
so I ripped myself apart trying to do that. And then I couldn't it wasn't really working out. I was like, fuck, okay, well, it's time to work. So I went and started working at Nike. That's where like I first started, like that's where I first started to realize that like I have innate ability to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Um but from that job, dude, is when I would take all of my money and I was like investing in myself by traveling to events, taking every workshop. I mean, bro,
Mm-hmm.
me and I have probably taken easily, bro, over 50, I'd say close to 100 workshops in my life.
Nice, dude.
Multiple styles, you know what I mean? Like I've done SLX twice. I've had privates from like so many famous dancers, you know what I mean? It's crazy, but it's like I worked my ass off for that shit and I got it so I could do it properly, you know?
Dude, how was your SLX experience, bro?
Oh my god, bro. I dude, mine's pretty unique, bro. I'm not gonna lie, mine's pretty fucking unique. But as far as the training, I mean, bro, Chez is an incredible teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Chez is also an incredible I don't know how you'd want to say it, but almost like a gifter of krump. Like he has an ability to gift you with a feeling that I can't really explain, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd battled him I'd come down to Vegas to visit, bro. And I had to battle him for an hour and a half inside of LeVar's apartment, and that was absolutely atrocious.
Oh
Um,
shit.
that was worse than the SLX, bro. SLX because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have anything to go off of. So I'm trying to go off myself, which was incorrect. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he made me pay that price. So
Mm-hmm.
the SLX experience was incredible. I felt really good about my dance. And myself at that time. I really thought that's at a time where like I really thought I could be in. I don't know, bro. Maybe like having a belief in myself, but then looking at the reality of my dance, where I didn't have the accomplishments to be in eyes, but I felt like I had the intelligence, the understanding to be like, hey, I know dance really well, and I just don't have anyone that's taught me anything. Like all the information I got was completely by myself for probably the last 7 years of my dance career because
Mm-hmm.
you know some
Mm-hmm.
people are better leaders than others.
Yeah.
And so when I was with Chez, I was like, bro, I really think like I wanted to be in eyes, bro. I thought I really all this, like anyone,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I took that dude. I came back and I was like, I'm a fucking demon, but I really am. Like I'm a demon right now.
Yep.
Uh, and then I went through some crazy shit. Yeah, went through some crazy shit. I was actually booked for a ton of events. Um, Went to jail twice. Pretty
Oh.
brutal. Yep. Spent like 2.5 months in jail. So I've made my own mistakes. Um,
Hey, brother, those
and
things don't define you, man.
yeah, bro,
They don't define you,
like,
man.
and a lot of people, you know what I mean? It's not been all fucking roses and rainbows, you know?
Mm-mm.
I went through, I was like the king of like Portland for a while. And yeah, there's like some bad people in this world,
Yeah,
and
man.
yeah, they can do some bad stuff to you. So
Yeah, man.
it was a crazy journey, but like coming out of that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I thank God. I mean, still like now, like I go to dance and it's completely different. So coming out of that, I mean, I still have all of that pain, I have all of that angst, I have all of that turmoil. 3 months later, I'll open up my business,
Yo, look at there.
you
Turning
know?
pain to profits, man.
Yeah. So pretty wild. You gotta Yeah. I I mean, kind of like branched off, but oh fuck, I gotta grab a new battery for mine. I'd say here.
Well, hey man, nah, the it's that's crazy because that is something I was talking to one of my friends at work about was like, dude, there's a lot of people who are dealing with shit that they
Hold
just
on,
do.
close my bad, brother. I can't
Oh
hear
no,
you
you're
for a
good.
second. There we go. My bad. Go ahead.
No, no, I was saying that I was talking to one of my friends at work, and it's like, there's a lot of people who are dealing with shit that they just do not talk about, and they don't tell their closest friends, they don't tell their family, they don't tell their wife, they don't tell nobody. You know what I mean? They don't even tell their fucking dog, bro. And
Dude.
and it's crazy, bro, because people could really like get lost in the fucking sauce. Like when I was I mean, dude, Dread and Beast put me on a fucking like path for fucking stardom at one point. And in LA and Oxnard for sure, in my city of Oxnard, I was holding shit down. But I was going
Yeah.
out to LA and doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't know, like at that time, like my dad had just died. My girlfriend
God.
was pregnant and I was like about to lose my house. I was like, holy fuck, I was stressing. Like, you know what I mean? But people were like,
Holy
oh,
shit.
you're so like, oh, and I hate this one. I hate is you're so
So lucky.
lucky. Like, nigga, this is not luck, bro. Like,
Bro, it's
first off, I'm dying. Like, I'm dying from the inside out. And second, this is all hard work, bro. Like, I stayed up until 3 in the fucking morning. I went to AOV practice 4 times a fucking week. You didn't. So you're not me and I'm him. So you're not him. Like, so don't even fucking try to compare, bro. No, that's not how this happens.
I'm sorry, bro. Dude, you'll hear me say this a lot. Your foo-foo fairy dust stories doesn't compare to my effort.
Exactly.
Just does not.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro,
And
and it hurts when I think like people really have this idea like, bro, you and Shay, dude, I don't mean to fangirl, but I want to fangirl you for a second because I don't think that like Crump has a really weird culture behind giving people their flowers. You know what I mean?
oh
And
yeah.
like and telling homies when they're inspired by them. You know what I mean? But like when I was coming up, dude, I was like, I didn't want to watch Spartan and them. I didn't want to watch Ruin. I mean, I do like yes, I want to watch them, but the people I'm gonna put on replay are my peers, people who are like my age or they're kind of around my timeline. You know what I mean? They haven't been in the
Yeah.
game 13, 14 years. This is a new approach. Let me see what this new approach of Crump is because everyone likes to say Crump is evolving. It evolves every day. It's like, well, who's the freshest in the game? Those are going to be the people I'm looking at. I need to watch how they're interpreting what we've already like seasoned. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like what we've already put some sauce on. How are they putting the new sauce? Because it evolves, right? So let's stay on the wave. So dude, you guys, bro, like, and it's crazy because even like the guys here in Oxnard, the new dudes, they would watch your guys' footage too, and they're like, damn, they're so good. Oh, they got booked for this. Damn, like it must be nice, like or this and that's like, whoa, guys, slow down. Like
Yeah.
they're in the fucking trenches, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're out here, they're battling big names. They're doing SLXs. They're doing this because I did SLX. I did SLX with Ches too, man. And
Yeah. Yeah. You know how that battle at the end is, bro.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Bro, and it was wild when I did it. It was around the same time of the Vegas shooting. And
Whoa.
so Ches was like, yo, champ, like, you obviously know what's going down out here. And no hotels are renting out any rooms. So I'm going to just have you stay at the house. Is that okay? I was like, absolutely.
Yeah. You're
So,
like, bet, bro, bet.
bro. And so I'm just like sleeping on the floor, like, you know what I mean? In the living room
Yeah.
or in his
Yeah.
brother's room. And then, the training, LeVar comes by, like, Spartan comes by, all these Crush comes by. And I was like, yo, like battling these guys and labbing with them. And then labbing with, I know Ches has got a lot going on, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
one can deny that when like him, Prissy, Miho, Slayer, Little C, when they dance, Crump is coming out of them.
Yeah, bro. Exactly what I was saying earlier. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly, bro.
yeah. I,
And
not speaking on him as a person or his decisions. Leave myself out of that.
dance
But
alone
yeah,
on dance alone.
when it comes to dance alone, bro, Krump is in it's like it is tangible. I don't care what you say. It's completely tangible. And the more time you spend around it, the more it's like infused into your body. And I don't know how they created that themselves, but I think it's so essential to who they are as a person. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, man, dude. And man, I really try to put together sometimes like in my head to where like I wonder how it feels for them to see guys like you and Shady and Domo and Snub and dudes from a whole nother fucking state. Like they were 15, 16 years old coming up with this dance, and then now it's worldwide. Like
Dude.
that
I
must
mean,
feel
what
so
like
crazy.
imagine watching like a, like I mean, I still think like going to like you see something like I mean Beast and Rex going to India
Yeah,
and
man.
it is packed, bro.
And dudes are barefoot.
And dudes are barefoot, bro. Dead serious. You
It's
know what I
so
mean?
crazy, bro.
And
These guys
but
are
it's
barefoot.
beautiful though, because it's their culture. You know what I mean? So it's their culture's like, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna be like, bro, put on some shoes. They're gonna be like, bro, take off your shoes. What are you talking about, you fucking
Yeah.
weirdo? Like, you know what I mean? Like we're the weirdos going in there, and it's like you're like you're gonna dance with no shoes on, and they're like,
Yeah. Or it's like, bro, too, like sometimes like I used to dance with AOV, man. And sometimes I think about this like when I think of crumpers and especially in I will only speak on the US because I've seen that it's changed a little bit. And a lot of more sessions here in Cali and throughout the US I've noticed are all hitting studio spaces, which
yeah,
is cool. You got a restroom, it's a safe space.
yeah,
But I wonder, especially like because of technology and everybody posting their reels and stuff, I only wonder who is left undiscovered because of their lack of, you know what I mean? Like Farside, when I danced on AOV, he told us that. He's like, fuck your social media. He's like, fuck your social medias. Because there's a kid in India. I remember he said, he's like, there's a kid in India dancing on a dirt floor with no shoes on who's 10 times better than everybody in this room. He's like, but you'll never see them because they don't have social media. He's like, be better than that guy. So I was like, holy fuck. Like, and now when I see crumpers from out there and they're really doing it, I be wondering like what special gems are hidden out there in the world that I'll just never be able to see him. Like I'll never be
yeah,
able to hype him up. I'll never be able to share his footage and be like, "Yo, dog, you're tight." Like you know what I mean? Like I
yeah.
think like you're inspiring. You know what I mean? That's why like I'm telling you, like I'm trying to give everybody their flowers while we're
Yeah,
here, man. I'm
nah,
trying to
I
give people their
appreciate you,
flowers.
bro. I don't get a lot of them, so it's fucking cool. I wish I had have done more at that time. I was really going off. I'd been booked for like a tour, bro, for my first time, like 6 weeks in a row,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, the person that I was seeing at that time, was had like started having like 15 to 25 seizures a day.
Oh wow.
So yeah, got pretty insane. Um, then uh yeah, the pressure like emotionally from that when I thought I was going to be taking off, end up getting into a relationship that's not only when it comes from a health perspective, absolutely insane. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I mean that was like pretty wild, but yeah, there also like first time ever been in like an abusive relationship, you know? So
Mm.
uh yeah, it becomes physically abusive. So pretty much just made me, I mean, like shut down completely. You know, like I was trying to give. I mean, I'll still say it, bro. With everything, I was trying to give like my soul to her, and yeah, it was hard, bro. I mean, I wasn't perfect, but yeah, that was super difficult. Long story short, at the same time I'm going through that, I'm having to leave events early or go to events hella late. So instead of flying in on a Thursday or doing whatever, I'm like in a hospital on Friday night, flying out Friday night, getting there Saturday. Shit's going down the entire time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was super hard, and uh,
That's tough,
that
bro. And to
yeah,
think
bro,
that, like, you're there, you're trying to be there, and I don't want to say anything disparagingly. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I've really tried to like take the time. I'm 30. We're not
yeah,
getting no younger, bro. So
yeah,
it's like,
31, brother.
And it's like, man, we gotta like really, when we're involving ourselves in anything, whether it's our craft or this and that, I know as men, like we take everything very seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we and especially competitive men like us, like you know what I mean? Like we want to do everything good.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with just ego or this and that. It's just how we're wired.
I have
We
to.
have to
I have to.
have to.
Have to.
And it's not like, you know, I'm okay. Like when I think of the grand scheme of like money or talent in the world, bro, I don't need to be in the top 5%. I can be in the top 15% and still be better than millions of people. Like, you know, millions of you
Bro.
people that could be better than you. It's fine. Like I'm cool. I'm cool on it.
Yeah.
I'm
I,
cool on the superficial.
I just need enough people to I just need enough people to like me.
And
That's
pay
it.
my bills. That's it.
Dude,
That's
just
it.
enough, bro. Like, I mean, I just need like a little 10K of brand deals a month. I don't need to make 100K, not 200,000, not a million a month, bro. Give me 10K in brand deals a month and chilling, you
Bro,
know?
honestly, they say there's like some weird thing like if you factor in like a certain style of house, certain family size, certain this or that, like really after $80,000, like it really doesn't change your
Yeah,
life.
yeah. It starts, yeah, unless you increase your life, like, right, unless you're increasing your life. But what there's, I know what you're talking about. It's like you can take care of all these things, everything else just becomes,
Superficial. It's just like
yeah, so
added
yeah,
on,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
added on. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I
I love
would
myself a little add
love,
on. Yeah,
you know, I would love to take, you know, the wifey one day to fucking the Bahamas and not worry about nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And take all the kids and send them to the nicest schools. Like, yes, that's what I do. I'm working for that. Like,
yeah.
that's where my competitive nature comes from, is because I want to be able to do that for people. But yeah, man, it's tough too because around the same time, like I'm saying, like around the same time when I was starting to hit tournaments and starting to hit battles and doing this and doing that, like my son was born, and I dropped everything. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. I was like, fuck
Have
this.
to.
Got to, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, sorry, Dread, but no, I didn't want to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be at the session. I want to be with my son, dude, and he's too little to go. So
Yeah.
sorry about it. But I mean, when he was little old, like a little older, I started bringing him around, and you know now he dances and shit. So it's like
Yeah. I mean,
doing this, and
sometimes, bro, you just don't get to make the choice. And
it's made for you.
you have to be okay. You have to allow life to go, and you have to let go of the prior path. And I was so stuck on that prior path for a long time. I put so much pressure on myself, and I made myself feel so terrible for like, I mean, I crumbled, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Literally thought I had lost my life. I had lost everything that I cared about, and in the worst way. And I had no idea how I was going to make it back. I mean, um, you know, glory to God. I mean, that's I found God in that moment. You know, He saved my life. I'll say that 1,000 times. I have,
Hallelujah.
you know what I mean? Hallelujah, amen. I have all my own stories that can attest to that. But I mean, if I hadn't have been in that moment, and I look back at it now, and I wonder, like, how could that happen to me? How could I have
Mm-hmm.
gone through that? Like, I know who I am as a person. I know who I am as a man. And like, I know and God knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, like, why would this ever happen to me?
Mm.
And then I'm asking for someone to show me something. And LeVar hits me up.
Mm.
And me and
Shout
LeVar are
out
good.
Levar, man. Shout
Bro,
out
shout out
Levar,
to
bro.
LeVar,
Shout
bro.
out to Levar, man.
A put on monster. A very, very, very good human being. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like, really happy to have LeVar as a friend always.
Mm-hmm.
And uh he hits me up and we're talking, and he's like, yeah, it was kind of like a joke, and he's like, hey, uh my roommate's moving out. You should move down here. And I was like, ha, ha, yeah, oh, okay. Uh Actually, bro, what would that look like? I mean, literally 2 weeks later, I packed my entire life into my 2012 Ford Focus I had at the time, bro. Put my dog, who's right here, on the front seat, and drove 20 hours to Vegas.
Whoa.
Bam.
Whoa. Dude, I was literally going to ask too. So like, so from this point, how did we get to fucking
Yeah.
Vegas? Oh
So
my
I
God,
mean, bro,
Lavar.
I mean by crumbled, I mean I am at this point like I won't hide a thing, bro. If anyone like has questions, whatever, you know what I mean, I can speak on whatever. But the time that I moved, I had no job. I was sleeping on Grant's couch in his house, rent free from Grant.
Shout out,
I
man.
mean, like
Shout out, Shady
depressed.
Man.
Yes. Shout out to Shady. Thank God, bro. Him and his wife, absolutely amazing. Two of my best friends in the world. I had a lot of friends who helped save my life, bro. But when I say that I crumbled, I mean, like I tried to do some very bad things. Thank God. I'm so happy I'm still here. You know what I mean? There's so much more. If you ever need help, if anyone's ever struggling, feel free to hit me up. I have amazing stories to tell you. Uh, so I'm sleeping on Grant's couch, bro. So depressed. I can't even go outside. Nothing. LeVar
Mm-hmm.
gives me this. Talk to my parents. Luckily, I didn't have a relationship with my parents. When I told them I wanted to dance, they actually kicked me out the house because I didn't want to play golf anymore. I wanted to dance. So they kicked me out of the house. I didn't talk to my parents for mad long. Went to
Oh
jail.
wow.
Yeah, went to
Mm-hmm.
jail. God told me to rekindle a relationship with my parents. I do that, right? Come out. Now we have a better relationship. I'm living there, not well, right? But I'm still like not asking my uh parents for help, like for any extra help at this point. And then yeah, I was like going to move. I asked my parents, like, hey, like I think about moving to Vegas. They're like, I think that's a great idea, like get out,
Mm-hmm.
go start somewhere new, try and find something. So fucking God sends me down here, right? I get to lower ourselves. I'm like, oh my God. Uh at that time, COVID's happening, right?
Tough.
So I apply for unemployment. When
Mm-hmm.
I get down there, I get like 16 grand in unemployment at one
Mm-hmm.
time.
Well, they give you
But
a big boy.
yeah, well, it's like from all the past pay from the beginning. So I like went for it late, and then I got
Oh.
all of it like from the first part up front, like in the like at once.
Uh-huh. Little back pay.
Yeah, I am. I had just started dating like my recent ex. I met her when I was down here. Amazing person. Still care about her a ton. But we had just started dating. I didn't really had anything for so long. You know what I mean? And I was like finally starting to find happiness again and freedom. And I felt like I was like, oh my God, I can go outside. Like this is cool. She
Mm-hmm.
helped me a ton, bro. When I met her, I could barely go outside. I could barely be around people. My social anxiety was crazy. I was the number one seller at Nike in the nation. I got invited to work at the U.S. Open, run the U.S. Open for Nike, like for their
Wow.
sales team down there. I mean, I was out selling stores by myself. We were doing like these. You could sell things online in store, and then I was selling out entire regions by myself. And then that's Nike took me, and then that's how I started getting into sales training. So I started coaching like teams from around the Northwest how to sell things online in the way that like I did that. So that's my start of sales, right? So
Yo, my
I
man, let's go.
yeah. So I had like success beforehand, but I went from being that to not being able to go outside. I was so scared to talk to anyone, terrified of another human being, terrified that I would like do anything and then that person would just ruin my life. You know what I mean? If I give anything to
Yeah.
you, you'll ruin my life. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's a crazy
she
switch up, man.
crazy. And to look at myself then and feel that and be like, how am I here? How is this?
Yeah. How did we get to this point? Oh no, did he freeze? Did I lose him?
No, we're still here. All right, cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, I like did I where am I am gone. This is just how I live my life. So she helps me bring out my shell. I blow that money in a month.
Oh shit. The whole 16?
Boom.
Gonzos.
Whoo.
Oh no, where'd it go, dude?
Dude, a bunch of bro, I took like Grant and his wife had moved down here at that point. I was taking people shopping, bro. Trying to me and my
We're
girl were
popping bags,
getting,
baby.
dude. Me and my girl were buying like $300 dinners. I was eating.
Oh no. It looks like we've lost two people. Oh, let me bring it back
Oh, my bad.
on. Oh no,
Chat.
you're good. You're good.
Like,
Uh,
screen going
wait.
black. So yeah, I'm like eating
Popping
oysters.
bags, popping bags.
Stupid,
COVID
bro. It's
money.
just stupid. So dumb. Buying shoes, having to sell shoes, and lose money on it was like so bad, bro. And I just like the month went by, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because I still don't have a fucking job. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, so that's how like it's bad, bro. I'm down bad,
mm-hmm.
making bad decisions, being immature, making poor choices, choosing to hurt myself. I mean, I don't know if I want to say choosing to hurt myself because I really felt like I just didn't even feel like I was alive. I didn't know how to. I was the thing I was good at. I couldn't do anymore. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Stuck,
Yeah.
depression, and it's fucking brutal, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Pat, right? Shout out to East Gritty
East grit, grit,
is
grit.
yeah, bro, Gritty, bro. So Gritty's like, yo, come sell shoe cleaner. I know you can sell, so come sell shoe cleaner. I'm like, bro, Pat, like I gotta fucking pay my rent. What the fuck? Like, I can't be selling fucking shoe cleaner. That's wild. And he goes, no, bro, check this out. And pulls like 3 bands, bro, out his pocket. And Pappy wearing them tight ass jeans. So that shit was bulging out his.
Fucking not in them tight ass jeans, boy. Tripping. Hey, gritty man, we
So,
love you, dog,
bro,
but you be
love
wearing
you,
some tight
Pat.
pants, chat.
So, Pat, you can't deny it, dog. You can't.
You wearing some tight pants,
So,
champ. I love you. I love your swag, bro. I love your
love
swag,
you,
bro.
Pat. Oh
Love you,
my
Pat, man.
god, bro. So Pat pulls this wad out, bro, and I'm like, bro, Pat, don't lie to me, bro. I know what's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really doing?
Yeah, what's really
Yeah,
going on here?
what's really going like, you know? And he's like, nah, bro, for real, I'm slinging shoe cleaner. He goes, you should come try it out. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So he gets me an interview at the job. The job, keep in mind, is at North Premium Outlet in Las Vegas. So it is the most popular like tourist mall in
Mm-hmm. The
Vegas.
big one. Mm-hmm.
So they've got 2 locations there, right? So I walk in for my interview. I hand him like a resume, thinking like I've got my resume is legit as fuck. So uh you know, at that point I was working in between stores and Nike headquarters, like training teams. Then I was a manager at the Adidas employee store. I was a sales manager for 24 Hour Fitness, and I was a manager for Sunglass Hut. So,
Okay.
um, you know, I had like all these different. I was like managing a whole bunch of different things, and so I give him this resume, and then like everyone else who's working there, like has never written a resume in their life, and like their past accomplishments were like selling drugs. So I'm like, he walks up, he looks at the resume, he's like, okay, and he's like, yeah. So tell me about yourself. I tell him, and he's like, what do you think about this job? I was like, yeah, well, I mean, I think it's like something I'll like want to do for like for me to like get by, but I think I'd want to move on to something like better for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like no shade to anyone. And I remember him like he kind of smiled, and like they always bring this up when we would talk about it later, but he kind of smiled and he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, yeah, we'd love to have you. So if you want to start working, go ahead. So I started selling shoe cleaner. My first day, I make like $250 in 4 hours.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
how much was it each piece? Like $50?
I mean, so there's 2 ways that you can sell shoe cleaner, either based on percentage or based on putback. Percentage means that the total number of dollar amount of sales I have in a week. So let's say that's $1,500 in sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might get like 20% if I sell this much. I'll get 25% if I sell this much. I'll get 30% of that total if I sell this
like
much,
tier,
right? So
like a tier,
yeah, like tiered system, right? Or there's putback. So like I pay $39 for a big box. I pay $27 for a 2-pack. I pay $20 for a single bottle. I pay this much for the smaller ones. Anything that I sell it for above that is mine. If I sell it, I just got to pay that back to the booth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing putback. So I got there, I started popping off. I'm like, bro, I was like, I know shoes because I used to be the head of product knowledge for the stores. So I used to teach everyone how shoes are made. I mean, I can tell you what materials are made. I can tell you the way that the materials are stitched. I can tell you the way that materials are treated. I can tell you the steps that shoes and clothing are built at, like Nike, Adidas, anywhere. I can tell you how many millimeters of heel to toe drop there are in just about every single shoe that Nike makes, bro.
What?
I wanted to be an Ekin. And Ekin is Nike backwards. It's EKIN. It used to be like, they used to be considered like the gods of Nike. Like you were a product,
Okay.
guru. You knew everything. You had to be able to run like a certain distance in a certain time. It was used to be like a secret society. There are only like a certain amount of them. But like a lot of the big names at Nike right now used to be Ekins in the past. And like not a lot of people know about it. But yeah, so it was like some secret Nike shit. I wanted that hella bad. I was obsessed, bro. I mean, same thing. Hella competitive. I want to crush it, bro.
There you go.
How good are you, bro? I'm fucking better. Let's go.
I'm better.
You know? And yeah, so I knew all the shoes already. I knew materials. I knew how to clean materials. I saw the stuff. I was like, oh, bro, light work, right? Boom, boom, boom. Sell you, bang, wrap it up. Like great customer experience. Let's go. Great reviews, getting all these things. And yeah, so long story short, in like 3 months, they promote me to manage both the kiosks at North Outlet. And I do that for a while. Then there starts being like another massive outbreak of COVID, right? They're trying to make me not tell employees that other employees are catching COVID. And like they're being like, yo, like, and this is when we thought everyone just died. Like you got COVID, you're fucking dead, bro.
Like dead. Yeah,
dude, I love you so much, bro. Please, like, you know what I mean? I'll see you up there. I hope I don't get it too. That's insane, you know? So at that time, like we got employees who got kids. I mean, you living with grandma, grandpa, like we're like, oh, like if grandma, grandpa gets it, that's a wrap. Like, you know what I mean? It was all that.
Yeah,
So
it was bad.
they're trying to get me to lie to them. And I was like, bro, I don't agree with you guys. You guys are fucking terrible people. So I was like, I'm out. I quit. So I quit that and I went and worked for the opposition. And they were in the same mall, but they only have one location. I go to them. First day I go to them. I tell them, hey, I want to open up my own booth. What do you guys think about that? The owner of that brand ends up telling me everything that I need to know, puts me on game completely. The owners of the other business had lied to me about how much it was going to cost. They're thinking like, oh, you need to put in 20 grand. We'll put in 20 grand and we can split a booth together. That's fucking cap. It was what they were just trying to like wreck me for my money and
So
make
you
me
had
think that
approached them. You had approached them too previously about it. Oh, okay.
yeah. So they were like telling me this and I was like, well, there's no fucking chance I can do that. 20 grand, bro. What the fuck? Like how? So then I went to the Newport. I went to them. They tell me how much it's really going to be, which I'll go over in a bit. But they tell me how much it's going to be. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I'm trying to work towards that, or like find an opportunity in Vegas to come along so I can try and open a booth. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to split a booth with one of them to just get started. Or I'm just trying to get started. I'd like to split one with someone. My overhead's way less. Like we can share employees. It's not as much stress. It's very attainable for me. And it's something where I'm not overstepping my limits, you know?
Yeah.
Long story short, my past catches up to me. I go to jail twice, right? Boom, boom. Come back out and I'm still working for the same company. Like, you know, they let me keep my job. I'm still working with the same guys. And I go, at that point, I had rekindled my relationship with my parents, which I hadn't done before I went to jail. So I asked them again, like, hey, you know, I think it's time. I'd really like to change my life. I just watched myself go through this terrible experience, and I'm never going to let anyone take my life away from me ever again, you know, and I'm going to try and control my life as much as possible. So I know the potential in the business. It's absolutely insane. I know the numbers and I think I can do it myself. So would you guys want to split a booth with me? So they go, sure. So I go to I write a business plan, right? I already know how to write a business plan from like going to college, you know what I mean, in my own studies. So I write a business plan. I present that to my parents and I say, hey, like this is, you know, our potential return on investment. This is our upfront cost, right? This is how much we're going to need to start. We'll see profit by this time. And I think that if I had two things. there's a potential, I'll talk about this later, but there's a potential to be able to go to somebody else. You can always find an angel investor. You can always find people to invest in you. If you have an idea and you have a backing of like knowledge to be able to do it, I think you could. Could I have gone to somebody else and given the same presentation and probably gotten the same deal that I got with my parents as far as split of our business? Yeah, I think so. Right. But it would have taken, it would just taken me like a lot of meetings. I have the sales background, but at that point, I don't know if I have the uh stability in my life for them to be like, hey, I think that you're investable. So I go to my parents. My parents know me. They're like, hey, like, we know you just got absolutely destroyed by someone, but we believe in you. Like, we still think you're there. And I'm like, all right. So uh, we go to meet with the manager of the mall, and me and the guy who owned the booth I was currently working at go on tour with her, and we're looking at just another space we can put a kiosk. It won't be at a prime position, but we're just going to see, just to start. First thing, 5 minutes into that walk, but I'm the one who goes in. I go to see her. I give her a business plan. I say, hey, this is what we want to do. Here's my business plan. Right. It's the only way I know how to run business. Like, this is how I know how to be like a good man. I take my shit very seriously. Right. So I walk in, I give her a business plan. I said, these are my goals. This is what I'm trying to create. So I walked in initially with the idea of that shoe cleaners have an incredibly bad stigma where everyone knows it. You walk through them all. Yo, boss, bro, real quick, fucking try it out, bro, for the forces. You know what I mean? And they just don't leave you alone, pester you super crazy. They'll clean one shoe and then they'll force you to buy it if you don't buy it. You know what I mean? They won't clean the other shoe. Just
Yeah, you
like,
got one clean force.
then you're like, bro, I've got one clean shoe, one dirty ass shoe looking dumb as fuck out here. You know what I mean? So there's a bad stigma around the shoe cleaners. And so I was like, I don't believe in that as a person. So it's a small impact, but I would like to create better men. I made so many mistakes in my life, and I would like to save other men, other young men from making those mistakes, because you do not have to punish yourself to be successful. So I went to her. I was like, I'd like to have shoe cleaners that are responsible and kind, that always clean both shoes, that don't pressure you into sales, but are so good that you will still buy it. I want you to buy something from me with a smile on your face, not pressured and walking away being like, why the fuck did I just do that? So I'm taking it very seriously. The guy who owns the other one, not so fucking serious, because he's like never tried to do anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So she's talking to me and she goes, 5 minutes in, she goes, you know what's crazy? Actually, I'm thinking about kicking out Refreshed. Would you want to take those booths?
Ooh.
Two of the
Prime
best
timing,
locations
dude.
in Las Vegas, bro. Two of the best. She goes, you guys want to take those? Me and him look at each other and we're like, yes, 100% for sure. Right.
Absolutely.
I'm walking away still thinking, oh, obviously, bro, we're going to split these half and half. You know what I'm saying? And we're both going to take off together. Like, let's go, bro. Like, it's fair. I'm out here doing I'm out here doing the work, presenting to her, doing this stuff. I know you already own that first booth. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't for me trying to do this, bro, this opportunity would never have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once again, bro, all fucking glory to God, the one telling me this entire fucking time I need to do something. And I'm wondering, why the fuck is this going on, bro? It's always fucking right. So we get an agreement. We're like, hey, we're going to split the booths. I have a location that's right outside of Nike, and then a location that's like down on the other side, like outside of like Levi's, and like another, pretty much like the other half of the mall, right? Two main sections. And that's how it runs. So Nike's the prime time. That's like, it's right outside of Nike. That's where you want to be, right? So I'm saying with that guy, hey, let's split the Nike booth. I'll take the Levi's booth. And so like he'll have one, right? Like he'll have one right here, right? Then like I'll have one right here. And then like Nike will be split, you know what I mean, below it.
Yeah.
So we cover the whole mall. It's really even. Sounds like a plan. Sunday night, I'm still working for him at this time. Sunday night, I sit down. I've got a like a legal binding document that states how we're going to split the businesses, so everything's legit, right? So it's like, you know,
got it all in writing, baby.
yeah, all like, I mean, so it's like properly, so that everything stands up in court. It's like legit. I'm sitting down there thinking that we're about to sign an agreement to split this. Him and his wife show up and go. Him and his wife are the owner of the kiosk, and then the owner of the brand of shoe cleaner that was there actually was half owner of that kiosk as well. So he already had a relationship with the owner of the brand, who obviously is going to control all of our distribution. So if Jeff's not in it, like I'm not in it, right? My bad. I don't really
Yeah.
want to say names about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep That's their fucking business, but it's my life. So if he's gonna make a deal with the owner, like if he's not in that, bro, I'm not in that. So he shows up, she shows up, bro, Sunday night. I'm thinking my life's gonna change. This is it, bro. This is it. Like
Yeah.
we're
The
gonna crush it.
moment.
We're gonna take over, bro. Like, and him and his wife show up and go, we're gonna kick you out the deal because we're intimidated by you and your parents, and we think that you and your parents are gonna take the business from us. So we're going to kick you out. Keep in mind, the guy that owned the kiosk doesn't have anyone in his life to teach him that stuff. I'm even having conversation. My dad is saying, I'm going to teach you and Tyler at the same time how to run the business and do it properly so that you guys can be successful for the rest of your lives. Right. Like, not like it's not confined. I mean, we're trying to do anything we can. I'm thinking, oh, we're going to come up together. This is fire. Right. And they rip it, and I'm
Rug
crying,
pull.
bro. I am bawling my eyes out in the food court of the mall, bro. 9 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
Being like, no, like I did the plans and I did everything, and they're
Did
like,
everything I was supposed to do.
and they're like, we're not even gonna take the other. We're gonna not take the other booth because we don't have the money to open that one. So we're not even gonna take that booth. We're just gonna take Nike. And I was like, so I can't even get the other. Like I'm not even allowed. And they're telling me this whole time, no, you're not allowed. Like you're out. So I think my life is done. I'm like, my dream. I go right. All the progress I'd made to that point, foof, right fucking back.
Yeah, man. It's like you were right there at the finish line too, and everything, closing the deal.
Right there, bro. And I look up, I'm like, why? Just dangle the fruit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Call my dad. I'm like, yo, dad, this is what happened. My mom, bless her soul, will not stand down or stop if against the biggest wall, the biggest mountain, nothing in this world will stop that woman. My mom goes, no fucking chance. Right? Gives me a pep talk. Goes like, we're gonna figure out what the fuck's really going on here. Goes to the manager of like the mall, right, and says, hey, this is like Tyler won't speak on it, but this is what they're doing to Tyler, right? Manager of the mall comes to me and goes, no fucking chance. She goes, I didn't agree to do a deal. I agreed to do a deal with you. So if it's your deal, so whatever you want to do, you can. Like it's yours. And that was 2 days later. So I went from thinking I've lost everything, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, thank God. I mean, my mom, like my saving angel, you know what I mean? Speaks when I am like, just don't think that I deserve to speak. And then Suzanne, I mean, God bless her soul, has like done so much for me. And she goes, no, I believed in Tyler. Like she calls me, she's like, I believed in you. I chose you. You're the one who came in here. You're the one who impressed me. You're the one who I believe is going to change the way that all shoe cleaners are handled in Vegas, not just this mall, but in Vegas, which may be something that's like, they're like, oh, well, I'm affecting shoe cleaners. But she's like, you're providing a different experience at the mall. And I think that everyone appreciates what you're trying to accomplish. And I really, there's something about you. I don't know what it is, but I believe in you. So it's your deals. So what do you want to do with the booths? And I looked at my parents and I was like, you guys want to take 2 booths? And my mom was mad as fuck, bro. Both my parents were mad as fuck. So both my parents were like, fuck that. Yeah, we're going to take 2. Fuck, they're out. Fuck that. Right. So I'm like, all right, bet, bro. I was like, this is fucking wild. So I went from going for half a booth to getting a booth and a half to getting no booth to getting 2 booths.
Yep.
Like,
dude, that's insane, bro.
Crazy. Then they still like, because I don't know all the shit yet, I need to still buy shoe cleaner.
So I got to get product on hand.
I was told that I'm not allowed to buy from Refreshed, who's the previous brand, right? So I go to the brand I was employed beforehand. They go, well, since you kicked us out, so and so deserves money. So if it's called pay to play. So we're gonna charge you $5,000 and then you're going to have to pay $1 extra per box on every single box you sell for life and give it to him as payment because he's not a part of the booths anymore. And you're not allowed to sell any other product in this mall. So if you don't get product from me, you're fucked. And I'm like, bro, so now I'm getting blackmailed. Like, this is fucking wild. So now I'm like, oh, bro, guess what? This isn't your fucking mall. You think you're hot shit. So I go back to mall management. I say, this is what's going down. And she goes, oh, fuck that. She goes, this is my fucking mall. She goes, no way. She goes, you can sell any cleaner you want. She's like, I don't care. And then she introduced the owner of Shoe Magic to his wife. Like 24 years ago when he used to work at a LA County fair selling shoe cleaner. He had made Shoe Magic. It's like the creator of Shoe Magic. Shout out to Sean. And yeah, Sean and his wife, Rebecca, absolutely amazing. We have the most amazing relationship. It's like incredible. But they own Shoe Magic. So Shoe Magic is currently the #1 shoe cleaner in the world. We've been around since 1992. It's the only truly organic and natural shoe cleaner in the world. And if like they do about like 50 million in sales a year, right? For Shoe Magic. Yeah. So they run like they run a massive business out of Corona, California. So Rebecca my mall manager had introduced the owners to each other and had met Sean originally at LA County Fairs, just selling his own shoe cleaner, bro. Like one bottle, a brush, and a little towel, like on a small little stool by himself and no one else, bro. That's how he started. He made his own shoe cleaner. So he builds it into all this, and then the mall manager says, "Oh, I got a great person that can sell you shoe cleaner." Puts me in touch with Sean. Right. Then everything starts flowing like crazy. Right. They're super professional because they run a legitimate large scale business. Right. So we signed a distribution agreement. It's super clean. It's super precise. Right. Everything is exactly how you'd want it. It's beautiful. The conversations are really pure. And now we're like, oh my God, this is now starting to feel, now I'm looking up being like, thank you. This is amazing. Right. But I'm terrified. I still don't know what's going on. So I signed a distribution agreement. We do an initial product order. Right. So now, like, I guess, like, let's just get like straight into the business part. Right. So initial startup costs for this was about $34,000. So you're talking, my rent for each booth is almost $5,000 each booth. So I pay $48.50 a month on each booth in rent. It's like pretty intense. I went from paying like $600 a month in rent to like now having to be like fucking, now I'm paying $10,000 because I have two.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and then to get the booth, you've got to lease a booth for 12 months. So you've got to pay first and last on 2 booths. So that's 20 bands.
That's 20 bands.
Right. Then you've got to do an initial product order. You're probably talking about $7,000 at that point because you've got to order everything. Then you've got to buy chairs, stools, the scrubbing stations, you know what I mean? Extra product, that kind of stuff. Right. And then you also have to buy displays. So my displays were $4,000 each. So, yeah. Also, I got ripped off on my displays. They should not have been that expensive. I learned my fucking lesson. Right. Also, there are a lot of malls that you can go into. You don't have to be a shoe cleaner to generate wealth. One of the things I do want to talk about is how to get yourself out of the place that you're stuck at. This is my plan personally, but I personally think it's the easiest way for anyone, no matter what you're doing, to allow yourself to be like financially free and able to retire, right, with minimal work for the rest of your life at a lower age. So you don't have to do shoe cleaning, but I'll explain to you how I started my business so that like people can understand it. So yeah, the $20,000, the $7,000 for that, the $4,000 for that for both booths. And 2 days, I opened up March 1st of last year, 2 days before I'm supposed to open. I still don't have employees.
Ooh. Ooh.
So
this fucking cleaner, dude.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I'm like, what the fuck am I about to do? I had a lot of people who used to work for me when I used to manage, and they were like, yo, bro, we love working for you. If you ever do this by yourself, because I told people, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit myself. And they were like, if you ever do it, hit us up. We'd love to work for you. So the other brands like hadn't told them that they were gonna lay people off and they were losing them all. So they only found out like a few days before they were going to get kicked out, which is crazy. So
Yeah.
they're like, yo, hello, people losing their jobs, whatever. And uh, I have 2 days before I'm supposed to open, I have no employees. By the time I the next night, by the time before I'm about to go to bed and I'm about to open the next day, I had 5. So
Mm.
that's like just enough to run 2 booths. The way the booths work, you've got 2 spots pretty much. Those have to be run. Generally, there's like 4 shifts. So there's an opener, a closer. You can work all day. People can't work every day. So you need about 4 to 5 people just to run one booth really well, right? And efficiently for, like a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on thin ice. So we're working all day, every day. When I opened my business, I worked all day. I worked 10 hours a day for 32 days straight, not a day off.
God damn. Dude, just getting in that
And
grind,
there,
son.
bro. And it's not me managing. I mean, I'm selling shoe cleaner, bro,
Mm-hmm.
for my life, bro, to pay my fucking rent. I am selling it, bro. But thank God I'm in Vegas. It's March, bro. Spring break, bang. We're popping. It's
Yeah.
fire, right? I get some like amazing employees. My current manager had literally just been looking for Shoe Magic. I just opened up. I hired him. He's my best seller, my number one guy. Fucking shout out to Jairus. I fucking love you, dog. You're the shit. Yeah. So yeah, startup costs 32K, right? We go into the year, most difficult thing I've ever fucking done in my life. It is so much harder than I could have ever expected. And that's why I say I think it's really unfair for someone to open a business and then to look at someone else and say, this is what you should do.
Yeah.
Because there are so many intangibles that it takes to run a business. And that may just be a gift of mine. I'm really good at managing and training people. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really good at understanding another human being. I'm compassionate. I'm caring, right? I'd say I'm very
Mm-hmm.
equally firm. Like it is something, it's probably where I'm best at. I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
say I'm a better athlete or whatever, but that's it for me, bro. Like, I'm not Davi, but
Yeah.
like Davi, just a, a gift to dance, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
he was just here in Vegas a bit ago. I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. I'll train krump all my life. I don't know if I'll ever do what Davi does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people have everyone has their thing. You
Mm-hmm.
just got to use it to your advantage, right? So
Mm-hmm.
luckily I have that. So I think it's really unfair for people to turn and look at a business and say, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that goes into it. You could do a lot of smaller stuff, but like having a team or having a sales business, different, having a service business, totally different, right?
Yeah.
Having a sales business, very difficult. So yeah, doing that, absolutely insane. Hired and fired so many guys. I had employees steal like $7,000 worth of product from me. But I've had all this shit, bro. People's lives, everything. It's life, bro. I have 8 employees now. My guys are buying, their first cars, pay for apartments, their wives and their kids live in it. My guys make anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 a week.
Wow. That's good
So
money, dude. That's good
it's
money.
like, it is good money, bro. I pay a lot out. If I went to percentage, bro,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It's a
But I
lot.
wanted to give people real lives, and I wanted to allow them to be successful, and I want you to find peace. And a big part of finding peace is just to get to that point where I'm just stable. I may not own a house, but I can pay for my apartment, my family and my child are safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel comfortable. I have a car I can drive. Like my
Mm-hmm.
basics at this point are met. And I have a workplace that cares about me and gives me time off. And if I have to leave or go do anything, I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
If I have a bill to pay, I can come into work. I can work one day, get paid out that day, and then go do it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now the goal becomes, how do I generate more money than I'm currently making?
Scale that
Uh,
up.
yeah. Right. So uh, I guess this is the part where I care like more about, which is how do you take the money that you're making and turn it into something that is really going to change your life. You know what I mean? Like something that's substantial to where you can do it. So all of this information I got by myself, all of this information I found, all of this, I just sat like, bro, when you're taking a shit, just watch a dedicated feed on TikTok about real estate or investing or the Burr method, BRRRR. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
know it, I know you've seen it, probably seen
Look
it. So
into
like,
it.
you,
Look
bro,
into
look
it.
into it, dude. And on those times, just take your time and study. Right. But yeah, earlier we were talking about that like fairy dust shit. Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of our friends, bro, that just spew fucking fairy dust. It's these all the extra posts on Facebook. I'm about to do some ridiculous thing, right? It's we're all trying to search for this like quick hit of dopamine. You know what I mean? Like I can express an idea and lie to myself about like saying I'm going to accomplish this thing when I really know that I don't have the dedication to do it. And I did it myself a ton. I fucking spewed hella bullshit. All of my Instagram, my
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, tons of bullshit. Me talking about all these fairy dust ideas, having no idea how hard it was. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's uh it takes an immense amount of work to open a business, but I think to generate wealth, anyone can do that. So
Yeah.
uh you see a lot of these things, right? So obviously, like the business has changed my life. I mean, I just got a brand new car. I live in my own apartment. I'm saving up to buy my first house,
Yeah.
but I work my ass off for this. And if you are currently sitting in a job and you're making like that $8 to $15 range, and you're sitting at home and you're wondering, why am I like, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm waiting for my thing to hit, or I'm waiting for something to pop off. All you have to do is invest in a skill. I invested in my skill of selling, like that was kind of innate to me, right? But then like spent a lot of years progressing it. You don't have to spend fucking 8 years learning how to sell to be successful and make money. That's fucking ridiculous. Learn how to code, learn how to learn cybersecurity, learn graphic design,
Mm-hmm.
like learn a skill, pay $150 for a class. There's tons of weird, you can become like a phlebo- a phlebotomist. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like you know what I mean, like for taking people's blood, bro, and start making 25 to 35 an hour,
Yeah. Starting off. Starting
right?
off at that
Starting
range. Yeah.
off. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You
Mm-hmm.
can easily just stop taking the little dopamine hit. And the
Yeah.
big dopamine hit I'm talking about is the first one that I got is when I got my car. I had just had my business for like 11 months, you know what I mean? Uh, it was we're already crushing. You know what I mean? I did about almost like 500,000 in gross sales last year, which is just insane.
Congrats,
Just
bro.
like absolutely nuts, right? Obviously like tons of payouts to my employees and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, absolutely incredible. So I go to get my dad had like told me when I first got my business, like, yo, you're gonna get a car. You know what I mean? Because you're a business owner, you should feel what it feels like. But and I thought it was gonna happen right away. So I'm like, oh, when do I get my car? He's like, oh, you have to work. So I'm waiting every single fucking week talking about that, being like, oh, I saw this car. He's like, oh, well, fuck, you still gotta write. And eventually I get to a point where I settled down, I stopped asking. And I was like really stepping into my own as an owner. And my dad goes, yo, it's time for you to get a car. And I got my first taste of real dopamine, bro. And it made me look back on social media and a lot of these things, and I think it is our largest setback where you look a lot of us, bro, we're just fucking stupid fucking fish. We are
Yeah.
the dumbest fish, bro. We're all in this big ass pond and we're the stupid fish in that pond. And like uh I mean, we all know it, bro, how bad TikTok and all the videos are, but like there's just like, you know, our government, everything, our society, all the bullshit is just tricking us to grab these little worms and this bullshit food right here, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
telling us like that's what you need, bro. You need that. You fucking need that right there, bro. That's what makes you sick. Oh, you don't have that? You're a fucking loser. Like, bro, you better have it, bro. And
Yeah.
so dumb fish, right? Boom,
Mm-hmm.
yank, I'm gone. I'm fucked, right? I'm stuck. And then they throw me back in the pond. And where do I go? Right back to the same fucking bait, bro. Crazy, right? And it like until you look around and realize, like, oh shit, I'm stuck.
Yeah,
You
man.
won't get unstuck.
Dude,
So,
I think about people like the iPhone will give you notifications of what your screen time is. And I see mine sometimes and I'm like, God damn, like, and I can only imagine what some others look like. Cause dude, I'm not on my phone that
bro,
much, but I've seen people who are worse than me And so I'm all, I can only imagine what those numbers look like, dude.
One of
Like,
my employees who's 18, bro, has an average screen time of 12 and a half hours a day.
holy hell. We're awake for like 16 of them, dude. What are you doing with your life?
You go to school and you work, bro. So what the fuck?
He's, see, and that's the thing. And it's like, I think about that, like maximization of time, right? Because it's like, bro, if I'm on my phone 8 hours of the day, right? And if I'm in those same 8 hours, 4 hours of it I was at work. Like, am I even giving my all at work? You know, or like if I was at the session and I'm over here texting and Twitter and Instagram and like living like at this,
Let
I
me get
hate
my
being,
oh.
oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course I grab a couple videos and this and that. And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we record, you know what I mean? Like the session itself. That's why I usually won't bust out my phone. It's like, bro, this is already being recorded. Like I don't have to worry about me
Yeah.
catching this moment and like, you know, trying to catch a memory. No, 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 no. This is handling it. Let me just be in the moment. And people aren't in the moment enough, bro, not only for like life, but for life in the sense of, bro, be here right now. Let's do this shit. Like, where you
You,
at, fam? We got to get
dude,
in the goddamn trenches.
you have to tap into the real world. So
Yeah.
my dad gave me this lesson. He said, if you don't watch what's going on in the real world and you're trying to do anything, you will get blindsided and you will lose everything. Uh,
Oof.
so my dad running one of his companies, this is back in 2008. And he doesn't know that he like was, this is my dad, bro, who
Mm-hmm.
used to be president of apparel for North America for Adidas.
Whoa.
My
Whoa.
dad makes the mistake of not watching the news. Market collapses 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he loses like a large portion of something that he's built. And he tells me this afterwards. He goes, I wasn't watching the world and I paid the
Mm-hmm.
price for it. So just like right now, if I look at my Facebook feed, there is nothing about what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing, right? Like I all of my friends, like we're all dancers, you know what I mean? And I'm not speaking on this like I've been doing it my whole life. I'm speaking on this like I just learned this lesson 2 months ago and I'm like just barely trying to get out the fog. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
like I'm light years ahead. I'm just literally, I just crossed the border, bro. And I look back and I was like, oh my God, bro, like we need help. Like our
Yeah.
entire generation from this point needs fucking help. There are so many people, bro, whether you want to call it the matrix, whatever you want to call it, bro, stuck. There's
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the principle is called, but it's like if something's only a certain amount of bad, you won't stop it. So there has to be it has to reach a certain level of terrible for you to be
Yeah.
like,
Before
hey, I
you
need
do
to cut
something
this
about
off.
it.
So it's like you're in a relationship, bro. I mean, bro, she's like kind of toxic, but
But it's
like, I
alright.
mean, bro, it's cool though. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever. It's not that bad, you know?
Yeah.
But when really you should know, like, yo, she probably be out that relationship. You're at a
Yeah.
job. You're like, bro, I fucking hate this job, bro. Why am I here right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it's comfortable, because
Mm-hmm.
you know it, and because like it's just not bad enough, and you have this belief that either the money or the success is so far away that you'll never be able to attain it, or b, you can just lie about it to your friends and that'll give you the feeling like you're going to do it. But the problem is that when you're lying to somebody else, your body knows that you're lying to yourself, and your soul will remember that. And when you wake up and you feel like shit and you're wondering why you feel like shit about yourself, it's because you spent the whole time, and I did it so many times, where I was spewing some bullshit about what I was about to accomplish with no actual plan or gumption to get me to just start that journey, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
point blank period. So if you can snap out of that, that is the only chance you've got. So if you don't make enough money right now, that's because you have not acquired the skill that allows you to make more money. There are tons of ways to learn it, right? You can, I mean, phlebotomist, whatever, a simple YouTube search, all of you can take a Harvard college class on YouTube. So there is no excuse anymore to say that, like, I don't have the information or I don't have the access. There's no excuse anymore, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now when it comes down to it, you just have to look at yourself and realize that you have to have the talk with yourself and look at yourself dead in the eyes and say, I have been ruining and destroying myself my entire life because whether you're scared to make the step or you don't believe you deserve it or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you deserve it. Everyone deserves it, and you can have it. And the only thing that you got to do is stop taking that small little bait right here.
Bro, you're blunt. I mean, dude, just hear it like, and when we were talking earlier, like, you're like, I'm thinking about maybe being a motivational speaker, bro. You need to talk. You need to talk to more people, because I'm like listening to you. I'm getting this vision of everything you're saying, bro, and then I'm even like thinking back to some of the stuff you were saying earlier. Like, my man came from a whole other goddamn continent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And moved these different countries and family, like, being a parent, you know what I'm saying? You got to make some fucking choices sometimes. And
Yeah.
sometimes them choices is scary as fuck, fam. Like, and I look back
Couldn't
now,
imagine, bro.
like I look at my parents and the shit that they went through and the decisions they made and whatever. And I look at myself, being a dad, it's like, we're just out here fucking winging it half the time. You know what I mean? But you find something and you bite down into it and you just get good at it. And the next thing, it can really fucking change your life.
Bro,
You know what I
really,
mean?
I mean, like crazy, right? And it takes like sometimes life forces you there. You know what I mean? So I think that, uh, I mean, bro, honestly, I have been through more. You, if anyone is watching this right now and ask people that are really close to me, how crazy is Tyler's life and some of the things, what they'll either be like, or they'll laugh crazy or something. The expression will be crazy. And as soon as you ask that, you will realize, bro,
Mm,
that like, that my life has been absolutely insane. And at some point I have to like, I really feel like I had to believe that I was, I don't know if I want to say destined for it, you know what I mean? But like it's sometimes that's really how I feel. And I look at these situations and I just don't feel like I was in control of that, you know?
mm,
Somebody, I thank God because he forced me there. I didn't take the steps myself, so I was forced.
mm-hmm.
I think that you can skip that part and you can just take the steps. You don't have to be forced. Sometimes a child comes along and
Yeah.
you have to change who you are as a man and be like,
Mm-hmm.
I have a child, right? Those decisions that you make, you have made thousands and thousands of decisions to be a better man for your child. And I mean, look at you, bro. The
Thank you, man.
the happiness, your willingness to work, your
Mm-hmm.
like your purity, like I mean, it shows. I can like, we can see it on the camera. So I mean, like it's beautiful to see. So things like that take an immense amount of dedication, and I just think that you could skip that. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. So when I lay this plan out, I'm telling you, it's this easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw so many people do it. Then I started trying to do it. And then I realized, oh, I can really actually do that. That's insane.
Yeah,
So you
man.
make the decision to make more money, right? All it is that you don't have the skill. To get a skill, you have to invest something. If you can buy a pair of Jordans, if you have wasted money on any bullshit, if you bought Jordans, Louis Vuitton, whatever, and if you're making fucking 15 and you go out and buy a new pair of shoes or something like that, and like if you have any type of disposable income at all, you just took the small bait instead of just waiting for the real hit, bro. And the real hit starts to get crazy. So instead of doing that, you take the money, you buy the skill. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to post about it on Instagram. You don't have to post about it on Facebook. You know why? Because you need it.
Mm-hmm.
You need the skill. So you go there, you learn the new skill, you get the job, and you do it for you because you believe in an actual plan that's going to get you there. So when you're saying, how am I going to generate wealth? How am I going to do all this stuff? Stop. Tony Robbins said that humans will always overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. So everyone's
Yeah.
trying to do so much so quickly because they think they have to do it quickly, and that is not it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't wait to post some shit on Instagram or whatever. So when you're out at the mall, you end up buying that shit instead of going for your dream. So really, the dream is all I do is I save enough money to become a phlebotomist? I think to become like, you can take classes anywhere from like, I saw one post that said it was like 150. I think it's more expensive than that. I think it's like $1,500 or something like that. But like, you know, if you pay rent, you pay anything, or if you don't pay rent, you better be able to save it. But I mean, at that point, I don't believe you have to do the thing that's like crazy, like the Gary Vee thing, like all live in your parents' house and fucking only eat potatoes and save
The
everything you
Gary
have,
V effect, dude. The Gary
bro.
V effect on young people. And I used to listen to him religiously about like, just start the business, just do like that got me going, right? Like just
Yeah,
and it was kind of one of the things that got me to start this podcast. Like you get what I'm saying? So I do give
yeah,
him that.
bro. Love it
But
too.
but the Tony, I really try to think of like the Tony Robbins like long effect. Like what can we do in 10 years?
Yeah,
But I like to approach every day with the Gary V attitude of, I need to get up.
yeah,
I need to get fucking after it. Get off my goddamn
yeah.
phone. If I'm not posting, I'm ghosting it. I need to get
A hundred,
away.
bro.
Keep
one
fucking
hundred
working. Boom,
percent.
boom, 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 boom. But be patient enough to not get so frustrated that, after a year, I might not be seeing the results I want. Maybe not after two. I mean, dude, corpse collection itself has went through its phases, bro. And, it's ups, downs, sideways, all the fucking shit. And I don't try to get too wrapped up in it. I have a skill set doing my damn day job. So it's like
Yeah,
this, I'm just learning. I'm learning how to do and having fun with it at the same
yeah,
time. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it took me forever to learn how to it took me forever to learn how to do the fucking microphones, bro. Like,
bro.
it took me forever,
Just
bro.
to
And
balance my shit, how to, I mean, it's, bro, it's hard. You know what I mean? But
hmm
it's like,
hmm
I think for that, you're taking time to dedicate yourself to learn something. You'll make
yeah,
mistakes, you grow, but you can see, like, you're talking about, oh, when I started out, I was shooting on a camera and now I have a camera set up and like, now I've got good lighting and now I've got like good mic position and I have like, you know what I mean? It all matters.
yeah,
So the progression, like, as long as you keep doing it, that's all you need, bro. And
hmm
eventually, like, shit starts to fucking click, you know?
hmm
So my goal here is I looked at shoe cleaning and I saw the booths. There's one guy on the East Coast, he owns 37 booths. 37.
he's raking some
That
cash.
man probably makes 250 to $500,000 a month. I mean, makes it. Like, he probably pays him. I mean, he's got to pay himself 250,000. He's got 37 booths. That's absolutely insane. He's
hmm
probably making 250,000 a month.
God
That's
damn,
crazy,
dude,
bro.
that's a lot
Right?
of fucking money.
That's a lot of fucking money. Uh, the issue with the boost is I love like the training of the guys, but I can't, no matter what I did, I thought that I was going to have this same effect where like I've had people say, oh, bro, you're great at speaking. Like you can do it. And I was like, dude, I'm going to take these guys and everyone's going to believe in themselves and they're going to want to start their own business and they're going to be successful. And it's just going to always work.
hmm
And it's not, because not everyone is in the exact same place you are. And
Yeah.
sometimes people are still in a spot where no one could help me when I was younger because I was unhelpable. I had no chance until I made that decision, right, to change. But I could have made that decision so long ago and done this exact same thing. But I just fucking dumb. I don't know how to, I don't know how you can teach someone to do that. But all I can do is I can give you information so that when you are ready to take that step, you can do it. So that's what I do with my guys. I have one guy that I think right now could get a booth, open it, run it, and change his life. The
Mm.
rest want to, but you've got no chance. You're like, you have to be investable.
Yeah.
Your life actions will determine whether you're investable or not. Those guys aren't investable yet, right? They haven't made the decision. So sadly, I think now in our world, there is no like push of hard work in the beginning. Like, because everyone tells you like, oh, like everything's easy, 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 easy. I'm just on my phone. I can, oh, fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons of things about Gen Z, like not wanting to work or not caring or thinking I can just be Instagram famous or I can just be an influencer or whatever. Well, guess what? It's not that easy. And if you really want to be successful, the world is still working the same way, but we've tricked you into being a zombie to the phone so that we can control you. I'm not even going to touch that, right? But if you don't break out of it, you won't realize you have to do all that work. So it comes down to this. I decided there's no way I can deal with opening more booths because I can't handle the guys. I can take those guys when I'm ready to leave this and go to real estate and make more money so I can retire. I believe that I can retire in real estate really easily. And this is, I'll show you the process I'm going to do. But I was like, I'm not going to do booze. It's ruining my life. The stress, bro, of trying to save people and me being like, I'm so compassionate. I try so hard. I'm trying to literally give you my soul. And not everyone wants to give you their soul back, bro. And it's
Yeah.
not their obligation to do so. If you
Mhm.
own a business,
Yeah.
if you own a business, bro, it's not your employee's obligation to care about your business as much as you care about your business.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So
100% agree.
I couldn't change that. And I
Mhm.
had no idea. I had no idea what to do. You know what I mean? And it's small things. Over the course of a year, my employees finally, right? I'm really starting to see a lot of it changes. It's insane. But I spent a year of trying to figure out how to train. I watched so many things. How do I train young employees? How do I influence all of this stuff? And I did so much, bro, for so much shit not to work. And for the only thing for me to realize is that sometimes when someone has never had anyone in their life saying, I believe that you can do more, sometimes you've just got to yell it at someone for a really, really, really long fucking time until they believe it.
Yeah. Yep.
So for a year
Yep.
straight, I said, no, boys, come on. Just fucking watch me. Keep watching me. And I promise I'll show you that if I'm doing it, bro, you can do it. Right.
Yeah.
So their path, they've already sold shoe cleaner. They know that they can sell it. Right. Running the business is mad simple, bro. I mean, I sell a few products. You pay the rent, right? I pay my taxes and pay my like I pay for product.
Yeah.
That's it. I track my sales. My sales numbers are super easy to track. It's pretty fucking simple, bro. As far as running a business, the shoe cleaning shit is fire. It is a great start. If you can sell already, if you have that skill, fucking you hit me up. I'll teach you how to open one. That's fucking sick. That shit is fire. If you don't do that, take money, get the skill, right? Make 25 an hour, 35. I mean, bro, you're crushing it at 35 an hour. That's probably way better. Than 15. You can get a car, you can get an apartment, you can get a house almost, you know what I mean? For that. So,
Yeah. For 35, yeah.
yeah. Right. So now it becomes, how do I get a house, bro? There's like no fucking way. How do I get 20% of a house right now in this market? How the fuck do I do that? Well, isn't this fucking wild? There's a whole bunch of shit that we didn't get fucking taught that allows us to get houses.
Yep.
Who
Yep.
would have fucking
Grants
thought
and
that?
special loans and all the dumb shit.
All that shit. So now here's my fucking game. This is the shit that will take you and change your fucking life. This is the 10-year plan that I created. This is the 10-year plan I'm going to do. And when I'm done, I'll turn around and I'll be like, I fucking told you, you should have started 10 years ago. So if you save, really what it comes down to is there's a thing called an FHA loan, right? An FHA loan is a first-time home buyer's loan, which allows you to buy a home for 3.5% down, not 20%, 3.5%. There's a limit as to how much you can buy. So I think the limit is like $426,000. It's a slightly arbitrary number, but it's around like 400K, right? There's a lot of houses in the country for around 400K.
Yep.
Right? So if I putting 3.5%, let's just use 400 as the example.
Yeah, dude, FHA loans, like that was one of the first ones I heard about when I started looking into like, oh, how much would it really cost to like buy a house? Like, oh, what kind of assistance do they, like people don't understand like the amount of assistance that's offered out there to get shit done, bro.
So much. And you just have to follow a few rules, right? So now you go, you put 3.5% down, right? That's 14 grand. You have some closing costs and stuff like that, right? So let's call it like all in for 16 grand. Now you're thinking, how do I save up 16 grand? There's no way. If you can save, if you can save $500 a month, like I know that might take a while, you know what I mean? But if you stop doing all of the extra shit for a year, it's actually Jim Carrey's quote. He said, if you're not willing to give up your life for a year, you don't deserve a life of happiness. If you're not, you won't give up 1 year of your life for the rest of your life to be successful. You don't deserve it. If it all depends on what do you care about more. So at the time I cared more about dance. I cared more about traveling. I cared about dance. I wanted to dance. That's what I wanted in my life. So I worked my ass off for it. Right. But I was still working my ass off. if that is more important to you than like trying to be stable and build a future and do that, that's okay. If you're 22 or 23, if you listen to this and or you're younger, you're 16 and you go, Tyler, I don't want to give up my life so that I can, like forego everything and I can forego everything and then retire at 30 and then my entire life is gone. That's okay. You don't have to. But what you can do in this time is, I mean, if you want to go and live your life and dance or do whatever you want, that's fucking great. But still go and get yourself the free, easy money so you can have a higher earning potential, so that you can have a higher buying potential whenever you're ready to do that. So you could become, if you want to use phlebotomist, super easy, right? You start there. You could be making that money. I mean, if you start making $30 an hour, you're young, either you live at home or you do whatever, you can save $500 a month. You can save $1,000 a month. I mean, my girl went from making $9 to making $22 an hour and was saving $1,000 a month. So like 1,000, let's say you save 1,000, which is pretty wild, but you could do it if you waited, you know what I mean? And you have the earning potential. You save $1,000 a month. It's 14 months.
Yeah.
Or 16 months.
Just over a
right?
year.
Let's call it a year and a half. So for a year and a half, you just slow down your life. Maybe you don't buy all the shit and you just like focus. And I know how hard I understand how crazy that is and how difficult that is. But that's the process I'm doing right now. Is I'm saving my money. So, my business pays for my rent. My business pays for my whole life. When I work, the money I make selling is my money. So I had my time where I did the same thing. I could have probably already had a house, but I wanted to buy. I wasted my money doing the same shit that I'm talking about. So I'm not saying that I'm better than you because I already took the fucking bait. I can show you, I'll pull out 5 pairs of designer shoes right now, bro. Why?
Yeah.
I took it, bro. I got it. I wanted to show off that I was successful. If I should have just kept I had a 2012 Ford Focus. That baby was running perfectly fine. I wanted to be big shot hot baller, bro. So I wanted a car. Everyone makes decisions on how fast. So like, if you want to be Gary Vee, bro, and you want to not buy anything and do it hella fast, you can do that. I made the decision myself to live my life, in like respectably for how I could, and still I'll be able to save enough in a year to be able to buy my house. Right. I'm blessed to have that potential. Right. You could also, you may just have, maybe you don't have to buy a new car, you know what I mean? But like, fucking like, don't buy a new car and get like, a $700 a month payment. Also, don't get screwed buying a car. Side note, never mind. I'm not going to get onto that point. That's just so it's like, I shouldn't have bought the designer shit, right? I shouldn't have done that, right? I shouldn't have gotten my car, honestly. But bro, fucking, I wanted it, baby. She's fast as fuck, dude. She's sexy, dude. She's fucking nice. I wanted it, bro. So I made the decision. I said, I'm going to wait, and I'm okay with that. I'll take another year, right? I just signed another year in my apartment, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, well, whatever. I can make my own excuses to myself to make it seem like it's okay, right? But regardless, I just wanted that. So you save up your money, right? You get your first house for $16,000 whenever you're ready, right? All you have to do is live in it for a year. That's it. So I can live in it for a year. Once I do that, I can then rent out my house, right? But the problem is if I rent out my house, where am I going to live? Well, 2 options. Don't buy a house. Buy a duplex.
Ooh, yes.
If you buy a duplex, you can rent out the other side, right? I just have to live in the space, right? There's ways to like buy more units, but then those, like anything like a quadplex or like, a small apartment building or whatever starts becoming more expensive. That breaks the threshold of the FHA. Apparently there's some way that you can do it where you can use the rent from the other rooms to take care of anything above the 400 and still use the FHA for the original one. But that seems that seems too good to be true. I don't know about that one. So I'm going to talk about what I know so far, which is doing something that's actually attainable in that $400,000 range. So you buy a duplex, you have somebody rent out the other side. They can pay, most likely, right? Your mortgage is going to be somewhere, I would say, in $1,500 range, right? So if you can get them to pay $2,500 a month, now you pay $1,000 of your rent. Now I'm saving up $1,000 every month. So still pay your rent the same way you would normally pay, but now I'm saving $1,000 a month, right? I can take that money, either use that, or you can use loans like against your house or against the equity in your house to do an improvement, but then buy something that has some type of upscale potential. I mean, just like something easy. Renovate kitchen, the same shit all the apartments do, bro. Renovate your kitchen cupboards, right?
Yeah.
Buy new
Yeah.
appliances, redo the floors, make a nice bathroom, right? Put 20K into your house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a lot of money, but if you're like, if you can do it by saving it from the things that you're spending, someone else is paying you that money, right? Like
Yeah.
you're getting, and on top of your job that you're already working, right? So if you can do that, once you get there, okay, guess what? I've got another year of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But this is what I'll talk about, like the big dopamine hit, right? But I do that. I save that up. I improve the money on my house. So let's say my house goes from $400,000 to $500,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can do a cash out refi, which is a cash out refinance of my house. I can get 80% of the improvement of the uh, uh, on like the increase in equity of my house.
Yeah.
So
The
if it's
increase in price.
100K, I'll get $80,000 at that house.
Mm-hmm.
If I have the potential to sell my house for 450,000, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
you're getting 120K out of that house.
Yeah.
Regardless, you can take 80 grand plus the 12 grand that you save with only saving $1,000 a month because they're paying you. You're not saving the $1,000 yourself anymore. So you're
Mm-hmm.
using your whole paycheck. You're taking the $1,000 from them because they're paying that portion of your rent, right?
Yep.
So now I've got $92,000 and I've got a 20% down payment on another $450,000 house.
Yep.
I just got a
Easy.
free house.
Yep.
That money is tax free. I can take that money if I put it into, if I take it and I kept it, I'd have to pay tax on that. If you
Mhm.
take it and you put it into another property, right? That's tax free. That's 1079 or 1071. I can't remember which tax code that is, right? That is a tax free gain of money, right? I can then put that into another building. I get that other house for free. Now I rent out both the rooms in my duplex. Now I'm making money on that house, still only paying $1,500 a month in my mortgage for that house, and I'm making like $4,000 from that. How much is my mortgage on my next house?
Yeah.
I don't know, $2,000. Same thing as my other fucking house because it's just slightly more expensive because I had more money. Boom. So now that house is paying for that house for free. Now I'm paying all my rent. Now $2,000 is going to my savings.
Yep.
Odds are I'm probably making more money at this point, right? I'm taking advanced depreciation. There's all these things that you can do in real estate, right? And I know this sounds fucking crazy, but it starts from one point. And when I'm saying that we've been taking our whole lives, and when I bought the shoes, bro, I bought everything. I thought I was hot shit, dude. I walked around. I posted videos on my Instagram. I was wearing Louis Vuitton shoes. I had like a Scotch and soda specialty jacket on. I had Versace sunglasses that were clear on my fucking face, and I'm wearing a fucking I'm trying on like a watch at Hublot, bro. That's like $125,000. I'm out shopping with my parents, right? Like trying to, like look real fucking crazy. And I'm trying on this watch and they're like, oh, it's 150 grand. And I had this like crazy moment in the mirror. I don't know how to explain this, where like my body like flashed like this, bro. And like I saw, yeah, it was like, and I saw like the older me who was like actually wearing it,
Mm-hmm.
and then me right now. And I
Mhm.
had this huge sense of being like, this isn't right because it's not right.
Yeah.
Like you're not there, bro. You haven't
Yeah.
earned
Not
it,
there yet.
right? You're
Mhm.
not fucking there. So I'm like looking at all my designer stuff and I'm like, bro, like, what am I doing right now?
Mhm.
Because I will never ever have that watch. So the goal is that if I can take my money right now, right, I'll save that over the next year and I'll buy my duplex. I personally, I don't really want to live with someone next to me, so I'm making the choice to do something differently. I'm gonna go and buy my house, right, for my 14 or whatever, and then I'll do a hard money loan against my house. I'll renovate it, and then I'll try and sell it for more, and I'll have one single buyer. I'm trying to do like single family units that are there for a long period of time.
Mhm.
That sounds so insane. And then you talk about the free money, whatever, bro. When I got my car, it was like I had never, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? We're on the smokers thing. You know what I mean? If you have been smoking fucking cilantro your whole life, bro. Like you've been smoking parsley.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know what the real shit tastes like yet. It's the only way I can explain it, bro. I mean, it's so much pure. It's so pure. It's like, dude, I got my car. I signed that. And it was the first thing that I was like, yo, you've really made an accomplishment. You made some money. Like, check this out. And then I looked at everything else and I said, imagine getting a house. Imagine getting a free house,
Yeah.
right? Like, imagine then doing it. All you have to do is do the same thing again. You do it again. And it's
Mm-hmm.
once a year, maybe once every 2 years. So it's not a crazy plan. You're still working your regular job. You're still doing the same shit you have to do. The only difference is that for the first time in your life, you settled down with a real plan and you said, I'm going to dedicate myself to building something more. If you have a family, that's incredible. Build it for your family. I don't have a family. It's just me. I want to build it solely for the point where I would love to get to a point where I have a simple life. I go to work, I work out, I dance, I play the game.
Yeah.
That's fucking it.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't want a family. I don't want that. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
my thing. So when I do it, like it's really just me. I'm not doing any crazy risk. And you could look at this and be like, there's no way that I can do that, Tyler. Like I fucking can't. Why? Because you make $15 an hour right now? Okay. The only thing that you need to do is make the decision to say that I believe that I'm worth that. So save up a small amount of money. Stop buying the Jordans, stop taking the bait, stop doing the bullshit, and take your first step, right? Get the skill. Once you
Mm-hmm.
get the skill, realize the dopamine of that achievement of getting the job that pays you more money and go and do that job.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you realize that you're mature enough to handle that job, right? And handle that pressure, then you can turn on and say, okay, now let me save for a house. That's it. That is it. The FHA loan is for everyone.
Yep.
I mean, like all you have to do, you just need the money, bro. So when you get the money, the thing is that you have to be dedicated to yourself for more than a year. And a lot of people, just like me, I couldn't be dedicated to myself for fucking a month, bro. What do you mean? Like,
I don't know. I could barely stand myself for the 24 hours every day, dude. It's
bro,
so
it's
hard, bro.
ridiculous. I can barely wake up with myself, bro. This is crazy. You know?
Bro, I do want to say something. I do want to say something. In this, I hope this not only, I hope this not only hits you as a compliment, but I hope other people register with this as well. Is during COVID, bro. This that is around the time I started this podcast, and I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. And I did a podcast with a podcast with Sherwin with Bay Homie Beast.
Yeah.
Shout out
Shout out
Beast,
to
man.
fucking Sherman, dude. What a dude.
And dude, I mean, me and him would have phone calls every day because around that same time, I had broke up with, or me and my son's mom had broke up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was tough, dude. 5-year relationship, all this shit.
Mm.
There's a whole. I mean, he knows the whole story, bro. It was. So
Oof.
when you were
That's
saying
so
your
hard.
story, I could feel like I was feeling you, bro. I could hear you,
Yeah.
dude. And the compliment he gave me, and I hope to pass this to you too, is that he's like, I think that you're walking in your purpose.
Mm.
He's like, I really think that you're beginning to walk in your purpose. He's like, a lot of things will start to reveal itself to you, and it'll just open itself to you. He's like, and you just have to be patient enough and present enough to see it. Walk
Yeah.
through the door as it's open. It's going to be open. It's your path. And like you were saying, like about, sometimes this you're forging through this path, and God's forcing you into the path that you're on. You know what I mean? And it's winding, bro. And you've had such a journey, dog, but I feel like you're on such a path that not only suits who you are as a person, like that competitive nature, wanting to be good, and the skills that you already have, but I could just hear it when you speak of it. It's like, really, like, people like to talk about, I don't speak it into existence. Like, no, you're speaking into existence because you already know, you're already putting yourself there. Like when
Yeah.
you're talking about this plan, bro, this has been fucking thought out. You have
Yeah.
stayed up late thinking, like, and like we were saying earlier, bro, like you haven't labbed as long as I have. Like, you know what I mean? Like you
Bro,
haven't put in the fucking work, and you're putting in the work, bro. And I really, really fucking think you're in your purpose, dude. Listening
thank you,
to you
bro.
right now, man.
Yeah,
For
thank
real.
you. Yeah, I do feel very comfortable. You know what I mean? I'm currently helping a few of my friends trying to just get us to start. I was
Mm-hmm.
super lucky, and I feel like my start already happened. I also have an innate skill to turn around to be like, hey, I think that I can teach you how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's early in my journey, right? But I mean, I really did I mean, tons of people always told me I wasn't going to ever do tons of shit. And tons of people told me my business would fail and all this other stuff. And I mean, I'm here.
Look at you now.
So
Yeah.
look at me now. And when,
We're scheming on the next move, dude. We're
yeah,
past
bro,
that.
already
Yeah.
on to the next thing. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a ton of the places in this world I see so many of my friends. Like, I mean, it comes down to like, how serious are you going to take your life? And like, when are you going to realize that, like, I think a lot of people are like getting led down the wrong path. Like, uh, if you want to make, if you want to make money, you want to change your life, you want to change your life for your family, you know, uh, some basic things, like you have to like be able to, you know, like write almost perfectly, you know what I mean? Which is like an achievement in itself, like learning how to write uh, emails, essays, business presentations, PowerPoints, things like that is a skill that is taught. Obviously, like we all know, you know what I mean? That is a skill that in our education system, uh, we already know how, you know, racist our education system is, our government, everything like that, right? The
Yeah.
institutional racism is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I 100% see the advantage I had coming up. I went to really good schools. I had great education. I understand that advantage, and not everyone gets. There's a lot of people who don't get that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that you can make a decision to go, I didn't have that. And like, if you're, you know, like if you're a person of color, you're gonna have to do more work than I did. If you don't have the education that I have, you're gonna have to do more work than I did. If you don't have the innate like sales ability to do that, you'll have to do more work than I did. But I did my work as far as like learning my skills over the year, doing that. And I think there's an easier way to do that. Like I said, like I took, you know, it's like 10 years of sales experience that I have to get me to where I can teach people how to sell and run a successful business and do that. I don't think you'd have to do that, right? I mean, like if you want to learn how to compose emails or write business letters, you can learn that on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
very acquirable skill.
Yeah.
Then if you want to go and get a job, you can research what it takes to get that job. You can take whether it's coding, whether you want to do something that's remote, you want to do cybersecurity, something you can do anywhere in the world, right? I mean, you could move to the Philippines and ball out crazy if you really wanted to.
Yeah, dude.
So like, I mean, really. So, you know, some people's journeys may take longer, but you could be right here when if you're 25 right now, you could be right here when you're 30, right? You
Yeah.
could change your life. You can choose to take the information, but our society is continually telling us not to do that,
Mm-hmm.
saying that it's not important, saying that you can be an influencer, saying like it's all a trick and a ruse. And this, like, we're so stuck, and all the
Yeah.
kids are so stuck in it. But you got to step out of it, and you got to learn how to, like, money talks, and money talks a very specific language, and it's written a
Oof.
very specific way. And you've got to learn that. You've got to learn that language, right?
Mm-hmm.
You took the time to study dance, you took the time to study anything else that you care about, you can take the time to study this. The only difference is that I may be the first person. I mean, I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's ever going to see this, but I may be the first person to tell you that I believe in you no matter who you are, that you can do the exact same thing. It may not be the exact same path, but when it comes to creating generational wealth and something that's like attainable, I think you'd have to do it very quickly. But that move right now is either real estate or AI. I
Yeah.
I don't have the time. If you're 20 or 15 or whatever listening to this, do that. Don't even waste your time.
AI. Get on AI, dude.
Get on it. Do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, for the first time in my life, I'm too old for that shit. So I'm out. I'm
I'm
gonna
good.
go real estate like the OGs. And it's not an instant massive success rate, but I'll keep working the way that I'm working right now. And eventually, bro, in 2 years, I won't have to work if I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't expand my life and buy nicer cars or buy bigger houses or whatever, I could continue flipping after years. And in 10 years, I could have, I mean, $10 million worth of real estate.
Yeah.
I could have $25 million worth of real estate.
Mm-hmm. And just
o-
off rent payments, dude,
off
not
of
have to worry about nothing.
$16,000.
Mm-hmm.
Turn 16 grand into 25 million. That's
Dude, and
like,
we're looking into it. My family, me and my family, we're from North Carolina, and
mm,
dude, we're looking into stuff like that, bro. And I've really been starting to tell people, it's like, I don't want to sound like, the TikTok guys and all the YouTube guys, oh, real estate, like, but yes, get into real estate, bro. Like, or if you're not into real estate, okay, dude, invest every single dollar you got into the fucking stock market, dude. Buy
but
dividend paying stocks.
and then you just got to research that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stocks, not my shit. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
interest me. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why. Real estate, I was like, ooh, this is cool. Right.
It's so much
So,
more tangible because you can see a house. You can see the
bro,
property right here. You know what I mean?
and no one's letting me in the stock market. Like, no one's being like, yo, bro, like, I know it's your first time buying stocks. Here's the plug on Apple. Oh,
Yeah,
appreciate you,
yeah,
my bro. It's
yeah,
the real estate is, I don't want to say it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed as long as you don't destroy your own life.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. So whenever you're ready to make that step, you need to make sure that you're stable enough. And I think that a lot of times I didn't feel stable or feel accomplished enough or feel ready to make that step at all. I had no chance. There was no chance. So, you talk about, I mean, I've been having this talk with my dad, trying to get my dad to be like, hey, we could go in on an apartment building together, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really want to do something crazy, like I'm still going to do my house and I'd like to do my own thing, but I'm telling my dad, like, hey, you've been working forever. My dad just doesn't know how to not work. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of those guys. He can't stop. So I'm like, hey, like, let's try something else. Right. And even him, the OG, I'm explaining all these things and he's like, oh, okay, maybe. Right. But then I'm sending him videos. Then he looks it up himself and he does some research. Then he asks a few guys. Then he's got friends in real estate who already done it. And he asked them and they go, yeah, that's it. I think a lot of the things, I don't know who forces us to feel like this, but we are continually told that if you try it, odds are it's just not for you. For some reason, I believe that I don't deserve the wealth, I don't deserve the happiness, I don't deserve the success, and that's, I think, for a lot of people, generally why we either destroy our lives or ruin opportunities or just do something, and you look back on it and be like, "Bro, I did that to myself, but why?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Oh yeah, why, man?
Why did I do that to myself? I didn't deserve it then and I still don't deserve it now, but I still chose to make that decision that led me, and I knew it. I knew it was going to lead me there, right?
Mm-hmm.
At what point do I looked at the real estate all this time and I was like, bro, this is some bullshit. It's fake. It's fake, bro.
Yeah,
Guess
yeah. They
what?
they because they fluff it up. They make it sound so like I don't know, man.
Yeah, and do I think that running all the, like, you would still have to run a business because you're still having to manage rental properties at that time. So
Yeah.
that's the thing too, is you need to understand that you're still getting into a space where you're going to have tenants. You're either going to have to hire a business to do the like the landlord work. You can hire a landlord. You don't have to be a landlord, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hire a landlord, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can run my properties for me. I'm out of that, bro. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to collect my check at the end of the month. And people think that that's crazy, bro. And it's not like I'm going to work 0 hours a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Still got to put in the work.
still got to put in the work. But you could learn how to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
then the wealth generated off that, the tax benefit, like not even getting into the depreciation of your assets, the way that you can use that against your income. You can be paying $0 in taxes every year forever.
Yeah.
You can buy cars and more things through your business, and it would never even touch. You wouldn't even ever have to. You won't have to pay for things. I don't know how to. It's not, it doesn't seem like real life, bro. It seems so fake. And you say there's no way that this can be real, but it is. But you have to look at yourself and you've got to fucking jump, dude.
Yeah.
Just like our parents did, just like anyone who did it did. And everyone says, bro, what was it? And someone said, bro, I leapt off that fucking ledge. Bro, I still have to go to my parents and say, I want to start a business. Bro, if I fuck up this time, I have 9 months left on a lease that is equivalent to $90,000 just in the rent payment alone. If I fuck up, that is my cost. 8
Mm-hmm.
people lose their lives, lose their jobs, lose their money, lose their cars, lose their apartments. I lose my entire life, and my parents lose I don't know how much.
Mm-hmm. Got too much
The
riding on it, man.
the
Got too much riding
pressure
to fail.
is intense, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't fail, bro, because I just don't take I don't take the risk anymore. I don't make the bad decision anymore. I stopped hurting myself for the first time in my life. I stopped hurting myself. And then it's
Mm-hmm.
allowed me to see that the road to success and the road to happiness and the road to wealth is really fucking self-explanatory. And that's just one of them.
Mm.
You can find many others, but I'm telling you right now, if anybody listening has questions about the real estate, has questions about the numbers, has questions about the laws, I can pull up all the laws, all the numbers, all everything, right? I mean, we've already been talking for 2 hours. So I've been rambling forever, but it's like, if you have the questions, hit me. I'll show you anything. But I'm trying to tell you right now, this is what I'm about to do. I mean, I'm saving for it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've looked it up. Like I'm about to go look at houses. That's crazy. Not with
God damn.
$1 billion, not with $100,000, not like I came out and I ran some business and like, I mean, did I love my business? Thank you so much. It's not like I'm walking out here with 100K in my bank account. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Changed my life 100%. It's not like, I mean, I'm still saving to get $14,000. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, I just lost 7 grand in the last 2 months. So not every month is amazing, right? I lost 3 grand in January. I lost four. I didn't make enough money to pay my taxes in January. I didn't make enough money to pay for a shipment in February. So I lost 7 grand that the business was supposed to make. So not everything is fucking happiness and rainbows. I
Mm-hmm.
was doing great. I just lost 7 grand. Luckily, this month, another great month, right? Back to it. We had that huge scare with the banks. Everything went crazy. Interest rates are up. Interest rates are like 5.25%. Banks are lending out. I mean, 5.25% hard money. You're talking about like 7 point something straight to the bank. It's fucking crazy right now. If you don't pay attention to the world, you don't even know what the fuck I just said. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean? Which is wild. So you're wondering like, why is gas this price? Why is everything more expensive?
Because
Why is
fucking
shit
banks
going
are
on?
collapsing, dude, on a
Cause
Tuesday.
fucking shit is hitting the fucking fan, bro. And
Yeah,
then I'm
man.
selling shoe cleaner at a mall,
It's
being
like the
like,
world is burning and I'm selling shoe
and
cleaner, dude.
and I'm
It's
selling shoe
fine.
cleaner at a mall, bro. And bro, it's like, if
Oh
you don't know
man.
why, I would have freaked out. I've been like, bro, I understand. I'm gonna lose some money. You know what I mean? Thank
Yeah.
God, like you run a business well, like you have it. So just lost 7 grand. I now have to save up again, get more money so I can buy my house. So but the thing, like, it's real, and maybe you don't do it as fast. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't have the the business like driving behind, um, like behind you to do it like this. But if you can save 500, it's just about consistency. You could wait for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2 years ago, what the fuck were you doing? Like, because odds are, I mean, like majority of my friends, the exact same shit. Like all doing the same. I was doing the same thing. I did the same thing for years, bro. Years.
Bro,
I may have been a manager.
when I think about 3 years ago, right? January, January of January 3 years ago, I was literally, bro, sleeping on a fucking couch and like just debating like what the fuck I was about to do with my life. Like me and my son are sleeping on a couch. Like, well, we were sleeping on the floor of a fucking dance studio, and then ended up getting a couch, and then it was like then I got a bed, and then then I move into a house with some friends, and it was like you were like we were saying earlier too, that long game. What can you do in 10 years, bro? And
Yeah.
like even for yourself, bro, you've came over so much, bro, just from thinking from the moment I first ever heard, oh, that's Tomb, to now to hearing you like, dude, these plans that you got now, man, it's fucking nuts, bro. Oh my god, the level up.
Dude, yeah, crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's incredible, bro. Like, congrats to you. I mean, to do that
Thank you, man.
with your
Yeah.
son, like unreal.
Eh,
It'll be
bro,
the
you
thing that
gotta
when
get it out the fucking mud
bro, you got to get out
sometimes,
the
bro.
fucking mud, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you gotta fucking believe, dude, that you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
have to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for everyone. And you just have to make the decision to stop. I really think it comes down to two things: stop punishing yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
stop showing off for everyone who won't help you.
For real. Oh my god. What's that Fight Club? The Fight Club fucking quote where it's like we buy stuff to impress people that we don't like. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like I can count on the number on my hand people who like came and I was getting ready to leave for Florida and they come, "Oh, bro, I'm gonna miss you so much," and all this stuff and bro, and I didn't hear from you. I would message you or any of this stuff, dude. When the hurricane hit us, nothing. Didn't hear from you, man. And it's cool. You're busy, dog. Like you're doing your thing. I'm not mad at
Yeah.
nobody. I don't hold no ill will. I'm not that fucking like um narcissistic to think that people need to think of me at all times either.
Yeah, of course.
But but that means I don't have to be so giving with my energy as well either. I don't bro, like if I'm busy and you're trying to kick it like but I'm busy, I'm not going to break my neck, bro. Like I can't be breaking my neck. Like I got to go get this money. Like I'm sorry. Want to
Yeah.
hang out with you, bro, but I got work Saturday morning, bro. I got to go. Like you know what I mean? Like well, thankfully I ain't got work this Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like
bro, I destroyed my life countless times because I was seeking approval for someone who didn't give a fuck about me, you know? And it's wild.
mhm.
And I spent like that's why I think it really comes down to society. Like you have to look and realize that you are getting fucking tricked into thinking that all the wrong things matter. And it all comes down to why would they make you do that? It's because they want to control you. And you can, like, I know that you can say it's like whatever, but it's so apparent. We see all the studies, we know how it affects us, we know social media, we know the addiction. We've seen that the FBI was trying to already paid Twitter millions of dollars to censor information to Americans.
Ooh,
Like,
yes sir.
I mean, bro, like,
My
there's
man
so
knows.
much. There's
Mhm.
so much.
Dude, that's a whole rabbit hole, bro.
Dude,
We're
that's a
going
whole
to have
nother
to
thing.
do, dude, we're going to have to do another fucking episode because
What,
that's a
bro?
whole
If you
rabbit
want to get
hole.
into some weird shit, dude, I love some weird shit, bro. Yeah, I'm in there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, bro.
So,
Listen, man, I think, I honestly think, dude, that like, I'm going to put this out. Like I said, I'm going to get this promoted, man. And I really, really think that you're going to be getting some people to hit you up for some guidance with all of this, man. Because the story alone is captivating enough. But the passion that you have for it, the message that you have behind it, and then again, your own testimony, bro. I really think, dude, I really, really think that you're on a trailblazing path. That's your purpose. You know what I mean? And God, I just hope. I mean, I hope I get to enjoy it, dude. Like you know what I mean? I really
dude,
hope
I
I get to
like,
sit back and enjoy it with you, man.
yeah, I'm excited to take like, I mean, I see it, and I know that when I express it, a lot of people can say like, hey, like, you're kind of shooting the shit as well. But if you look at the history of actions of other people, it is real and it is attainable. And all of this, it's not like it's someone's story. It's the law.
Mm,
Like it that's the law. That's how it works.
that's
You
how
can
it
do it.
works.
It's a tax code. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the money talks. You just have to let, like, I'm just letting it talk. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to do all this other stuff, I just let it talk itself. So you follow the purpose that was laid out. You take the advantage that was laid out. I understand that not everyone gets the same access to the info, but now the info is becoming public. Now the problem is no one believes that they're allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that I'm speaking a little bit prematurely, but I I said I was going to own a boot before. I said I was going to do a lot of things before I did them. I'd love to say this now, so then I can go back and say, step one, step four, whatever you want to call it, done. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
watch, give me another year. Let me show you what I'm doing. This is how I did it, right? At some point, I mean, lucky enough, I have some employees who are like, hey, like, we want to follow you and do it. I'm trying to do it with my employees. My employees will be getting their own boost, starting their own thing, doing it like that, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't, I mean, I don't have a family. I don't have kids, but I do love people and I love
Yeah.
humans with everything I have. This is my favorite thing in the world. I think I looked for like all the affirmation and everything, but I really do love people. So if I can help people change their life, take my friends. I mean, I wish all my friends would just be like, bro, I'm ready, but they're not. Maybe it's different times, but yeah, I want to thank you for giving me my first chance to, I mean, even like share my story with someone who, like, it's not just a one-on-one setting in person, you know what I mean? So I know that like people are going to hear it. It's intense. There's a lot of pressure, you know, and it's like whether it's seen by, you know, 100,000 people or 10 people, you know, it's still important. So without you believing in me, I am super grateful. I am super thankful. I enjoy this a shit ton. I've been wanting to be on a podcast, bro. I'm like, dude, if you should be scrolling down your TikTok and seeing me fucking, yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, I want to, bro, it's awesome. As you can tell, I love speaking. I fucking talked for probably an hour and 40 minutes of this
Dude,
2
let's
hour.
do it. Let's fucking do it
But
again, bro. I'm
I'm
telling you,
down, bro.
man. Let's do
And
it
if we
again,
can do
bro.
something where like it's not just about, you know, I'd love to like talk to you more, bro, and like go back and forth. I really enjoyed speaking to you today.
Yeah,
So you know, obviously, like, I mean, I'll ramble on about, if you get me asking me about my story, I'll ramble on about my story forever.
yeah,
But yeah, bro, if you want to chat, set something up, bro. I mean, I know you got your thing on Tuesdays. Like,
yeah.
uh, you know, you ever
Pop
need
it,
something,
dude.
I am.
Pop in on a Tuesday. We are working towards. We do have a Discord group that we've set up, and we're like, it's like a bunch of different like gamers and stuff right now.
Oh
And
yeah.
then now I'm introducing because the two dudes who I do the usual Tuesday with, they're both gamers, and like
Uh,
streamers and stuff.
bro, I am a top 0.1% player in Warzone, brother. I am
Dude,
an
we'll get you in there
absolute
with them.
demon, bro.
We'll get you in
Dude,
there. And bro,
put me in, bro. Let's go.
and it's a super fun, bro. It's a super fun group, but we are going to pretty soon start kind of opening it up to like bring more people onto the show and stuff. And dude, I'd love to even have you on that too to talk with those guys, bro. But we will definitely have, bro. This I wanted the people. I I'm a cheerleader of Krump, and I'm a cheerleader of people. And like I said, I love to be able to give people their flowers, man. And I do want to get in touch with Shady. There's a couple guys, bro. I lost my old Facebook page. My dumbass got
Yeah,
hacked.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
my dumbass got hacked. Lost my old Facebook page, and so all my friends are gone, bro. So I'm
No,
like
yeah.
trying to slowly like reconnect with people, and everyone's like, "Corpse, I didn't know your name was Ronald." I'm like, dude, don't say that. That's so
Dude,
gross. Like,
bro,
bro.
I problem with two things. I have ferocious ADHD. Oh, it's in there. So, like, bro, if I remember your name, first of all, it's gonna take me 10 times. And if I remember it as Corpse, bro, your name is fucking Corpse. I don't know what your real, I don't know who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like I was looking to tag you. I'm like, bro, what the fuck's Corpse at? I'm like, wait, what the fuck's like fucking Corpse's name? And I see it and I see Ronald. I'm like, oh, that's not him. And I'm like, wait, bro. I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like, same thing, bro. I didn't know, you know?
Oh man.
Like, yeah, it's tough, man. Problem with dance, dude. I've danced in a lot of places. I'll go places, bro. Someone will see me, bro. Tune, bro. Oh my god, so good to see you. I'm like,
You
I'm like,
too.
dude, same. What the?
Oh my god, it's been
Oh my
forever.
god, dude. Like, yeah, bro. Dude, bro. I mean, I can't imagine Beast, bro. I mean, Beast must just get at the worst. Like, I could never handle that type of fame. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man.
There's no way. I'd
There's
be
no
traveling
way.
to countries offending people left and right. I'd be like, bro, just the other night, dude, I was at a session. Someone walked up to me. I went to go shake their hand and they came to give me a hug. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
I was
awkward.
like, oh, dude, oh, bro, so awkward, bro. And I tried to play it off like I didn't just do that. I think they knew that I just didn't know who they was. And they're like, how do I know him so well? He doesn't even know he doesn't even realize he's met me before, you know?
Oh
Like,
man.
not good, bro. And it's really hard to tell someone, oh, bro, I'm sorry. Like, it's not you, it's me. But
Yeah.
like,
Dude, I met fucking Ghost Crush, dude. I met Ghost Crush
oh, yeah, yeah.
like 2 weeks ago, dude, or something at the event down in the IE, bro. And I was like, hey man, I was like, dude, you're really good, bro. I was like, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Corpse. He's like, oh, I know who you are. I was like, oh, well, this is awkward. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, you're
because
like, oh,
this is my first time really like seeing. I've seen you before, but this is
yeah,
like my first
yeah.
time seeing you as a person. And I don't know if he follows me on social media or anything. And so it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I get
Sometimes
really
you're like,
bad.
it's just like a part of it. I mean, you gotta let it be dance. But yeah,
Yeah,
bro. I mean, thank you for the flowers, bro. Thank you for
yeah,
the
bro.
belief. Thank
Yeah,
you for the
man.
time.
Yeah.
yeah, uh, I really appreciate this space. You're,
Oh, yeah.
this is like you said in the beginning. It's our first time really getting to talk. You're incredibly genuine. You're incredibly kind. Uh, I mean, I'll keep saying it, but you let me speak for a very for very long periods of time, letting me tell my story. You know,
Mhm.
and I will tell you that there was one point in my life where no one asked me my side of a story,
Mhm.
and I am forever grateful for anyone who ever has. So I just want to say thank you. It's really cool. You are. I, I wish that more people had the type of work ethic that you had and had the type of feelings behind the work that you're doing. Um, so yeah, really cool.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
And man, you know, to not say anything again, to not say anything disparagingly about anybody in my own life, but I know there's been people to be in my life, bro, who's caused damage,
yeah,
and I see so many men dealing with demons that they don't talk about, that they can't just shake, and I knew Tomb was going through some stuff. Wasn't
yeah,
quite sure. And then when you were telling me, that's why I checked in. I checked in with you. I was like, let me see
yeah,
what this guy's up to. And then I didn't know everything, as you were saying. I didn't. This
yeah,
was first time information. But when you were telling me about your stuff with businessman and all this stuff, I was like, yo, let's talk. Let's line something up, dude. Let's talk. And I knew somewhere in there had to be some kind of life change, or there
yeah,
was something where he went from over here in Portland. I had remembered you moving somewhere. I couldn't remember where it was, but then you moved to Vegas.
yeah. I mean, bro, well, I was off socials for
A minute.
over like 2 years, bro, almost 3 years.
Yeah, a
You
minute. You
know, and
disappeared,
I'd
bro.
popped on made like a post on my birthday. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
bro, gone. And
Dude.
I just downloaded, bro. I mean, I just downloaded my Instagram again. Like finally, my previous partner and I decided that uh I mean yeah, we decided that it wasn't we shouldn't have any socials, so I didn't have like Instagram or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I said, it's by myself now. I'm easily the best I've ever been. But
Nice.
no idea I could get to this. And so having this thing and then going back to my Instagram being like, hey, let me like let me post stuff that I enjoy and let me show people about my life and see is there anyone that and maybe someone needs it. I don't know. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I started posting videos and the love was crazy. And then the messages of people being like, hey, I saw those things about your business. Like, that's insane. Then like you hit me up like, hey, let's go on a podcast. Like, you know, it's it's beautiful to be able to reconnect with the world again
Mm-hmm.
and to be a part of yeah, something with just like to be a part of something with your friends. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's really beautiful. So if anyone has questions, is inspired by anything, whatever, I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it. So I'll keep inspiring you as you follow along the way. And if you ever want to do it yourself, do it because you deserve it. And life is great.
Goddamn right, dude. On that note,
Yeah.
man, everybody on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, thank you guys for tuning in. Fucking, I do want to say before we check out, Tomb, man, Tyler, I'm thankful for you. I am thankful that you are alive. Yeah, and the world needs more
Thank you,
people
Ross.
like
So
you,
am I.
brother. Yeah, we'll line this up again. I'm gonna shoot you a message right now. All right, bro.
Cheers.
All right, brother.
All right.
Smoking section. We out.